Oh, it is working. It's working. I did it. We're not even doing cute music or anything. We'll just have a slow open for this. So I kind of do what is typical of live streams, where, since people can't be expected to join instantly when the live stream starts, I play some music for a couple minutes just as like a loading screen. Yeah, it's a typical live streamer thing, I think. I don't know. Do I? Oh God. You know what? Maybe I should just bring back the. Maybe I should just go with the better mic. So I'm really snivelly right now, and I'm gonna snivel like every 2 seconds, and I don't want to do that, because that's super cringe. I don't know. I sound fine on OBS. Maybe it's on Discord. Oh, that's probably it. Yeah. Sorry. My good microphone is still on Discord. Okay. Now you can hear me properly. Dang. Yep. Oh, no one can hear you guys though. Well, okay. Hang on. Okay.
Favorables right off.
Yeah, there we go. This is why we're doing this slow open, so that all the testing can just be done on the fly.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
You can tell you've been doing this for years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, do something for years, but only do it every 3 months, so then you forget.
Huh. See, that's weird. See, there's like an option to record something on Discord and OBS, but it's not. It records the text channel. That doesn't make any freaking sense. I don't know. Cringe. Jeez. TBH.
That seems pretty cring.
It's pretty lame.
Cringus. Pretty cringus.
Is this the type of cringe where you lose subscriber?
Yes.
So what's the issue you're trying to solve?
Whoops. In my life, everything is an issue.
Okay, we
What's
gotta
the
start.
issue you're trying to solve with the stream?
What era of your life do we start in? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Present day, present time.
Okay. We're all on the same page. I love it.
Dawn of the final day.
Alright.
Did you get a new keyboard?
No, it's just really loud and clickety clackety.
That's sick. I love it.
Alright, I guess we'll just start here. Hello everybody, welcome to Tokyo Podfathers. We're here. Oh wait, hang on. No, never mind. Okay, now we're starting, because now I'm actually recording.
Now we're here.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Tokyo Podfathers. We're doing it again. It's time for we're doing a first impression stream, because that's all we really know how to do usually. You know, it's good that no matter how dead we get, we still come back for first impressions.
They come back stronger for each season.
to talk about all these anime that we might not even watch all the way to the end, and we'll probably forget about in a few months. But it's okay. We still do it because it's fun, and we're still here. And as you could probably already imagine, this is the most chaotic stream we're ever going to do, probably, because number one, nothing was planned whatsoever. Number two, there's 5 people here, and 2 of them weren't even invited. They just showed up. But it's okay. That's part of the fun. Well, you know what? I'm done overthinking everything in the podcast. We're just going to do stuff, and stuff is going to happen. And if it's good, it's good. And if it's bad, well, I don't know, skill issue. It doesn't matter. The point is, we're going to do stuff.
I love this for you. You're just doing great right now.
Absolutely,
you're doing amazing, sweetie.
Also, I am low key sick, so that's another.
I thought you said you were low key 6, and I'm like, you're underage.
Oh
you're
my
kid
god!
On stream,
you can't even watch anime that young. Even though I keep hearing it's for kids.
Yeah. Also, we have a Discord soundboard now.
Does that get picked up in the stream?
Yeah, because I'm recording desktop audio.
Oh no, the power.
Please don't spam obnoxious sounds. He does it as I'm saying it. Yeah. It's a time. So, we're going to talk about anime in spring 2023, the ones that we're watching, the ones that we enjoy, I think, question mark. I don't know about you guys, but this is a really good season so far. This actually might be the first season ever, for me, where I have not dropped anything already. At least out of the stuff that I'm watching and the stuff that I plan to watch. I haven't watched everything that I said I was going to watch, so I only prioritized the stuff closer to the top of the chart or things that I was specifically interested in. But yeah, I don't have a single drop yet.
Me neither.
That might
pretty cool.
That might be a first. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see.
No, yeah. Now that you mention it, I think it's the same for me actually. So.
Yeah, and you are like the biggest critic of all time.
The biggest dropper.
Yeah.
The biggest. That sounds dirty.
I thought you were gonna say he was the biggest seasonal watcher, which is also.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
I thought the fart noise was going to follow the biggest dropper, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
I've gotten more into the habit of dropping stuff before I even started, but even this season I've started more things. More things that looked good, and nothing has disappointed yet. So.
Yeah. By the way, that's Dr. Whoops. He's the guest from last season. He's also here this season just because he was in the chat. I forgot to remove him, so I'm like, hey, do you want to join?
Really, this was done out of guilt. Yeah,
I'm crushing the party.
Yeah, it's okay though. We love you, we respect you, and we're happy to have you here. And Panic and I are here because we're always here. We don't have lives. We just do this all the time. And Shaw is back.
Hi.
Yeah, Shaw's back.
Thank you for having me.
Back from the dead.
Been a minute.
Don't call it a comeback.
You're welcome for being on the podcast.
Don't actually call it a
you're
comeback.
part of.
That's not for real.
Thank you. But no, it was helpful because I've been in my gamer arc, so I forgot how to watch seasonals, and then Maz is like, "Yo, we're recording impressions."
I mean, for what it's worth, I invited you because you're recording, or not because. I invited you because you were watching seasonals. I'm like, oh, you're watching like 2 shows. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an all-time record for me.
Exactly.
So. Yeah,
Shows.
happy to rejoin the fam.
Yeah, and happy to see. Well, I don't know if you're doing well, but I hope you are.
I'm not sick like I was earlier this year, so I'm hoping you feel better because I understand the illness grinds. But I'm doing good. Thank you.
There we go.
Sickness, illness.
Fuck yeah.
That's how we know we're energetically aligned, is because I keep trying to recreate that like in real life all the time without knowing it's a soundbite, and it's really obnoxious. So I'm glad we have the real article for the podcast.
Yep.
I have so many good ones, but I'm gonna try and use them all. I'm not gonna be talking at all. I'm just gonna be looking for appropriate
you're speaking sound bites.
Panic is gonna be the sound.
You're like the
guy.
bumblebee.
It's so fucking loud.
Panic.
Some of them, they have not
Is
been
there like a
normalized
master
at all.
volume?
You know what? We actually can edit these. I forgot to do that because I forgot to do a lot of things. It was either, I could either edit stuff and make stuff look pretty and proper, or I could just watch anime, which is the whole point of this. So that's why.
That tutu gasp is great.
So much.
Yeah. All right. And also Bex is here. Bex isn't even watching any of this stuff. He just wanted to join.
I was invited. Thank you for inviting me, of course.
Well, it's your podcast, bro. You can just join. You don't need permission to join the podcast.
None of this is true. No, wait. I do not own this podcast.
Okay, it's your podcast, as in we all equally own the podcast. It is a democracy.
We are comrades, yes. We were
Comradecast.
formerly called the Our Anime Podcast, not the Our Anime Podcast, right? Like,
yeah, the Our Anime Podcast is dead. We killed it.
Is this when
Our
we rename it
Anime
again to Our
We're
Anime?
gonna call it the Our. What if we took the Our Anime title again? We're like, okay, it's ours.
I have to go back.
We need
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
The views are
Will
going
they
down.
even
We need it
notice?
again. Probably not, no.
We need to.
But thank you for having me. I figured I'd be on here as the person who might ask, is this show worth watching or not?
Okay.
We do need
That's a good
that.
role. You know what?
I have not watched seasonals since about 2016, 2017.
Crazy.
It's been a minute.
That's when I started watching seasonals.
That's when I
absorbed your power.
started.
Well, yeah, I lost my energy, and then someone else just took it. Yeah.
It picked it right up.
Next did the like All Might point at Maz and was like, "You're next," and then he just carried the
I
torch.
passed the baton.
Your Bex. I will say I am ashamed to announce that I just found out minutes ago that there's a new Uma Musume.
There is?
No, you're the
There
Uber
is.
Musume person.
Yeah, I love. It's my favorite anime of all time.
Wait, is
There's-
it actually your favorite anime?
No, it's not.
No,
He's
Oh,
fucking
I was
I'm
lying.
like, question mark.
He's
I
a
don't know
fraud.
what his favorite anime are.
but it is amazing. And there's apparently an ONA 4 episodes going right now, and I did not know that.
Well, that's probably because it's that's probably why you didn't know, because it's an OVA.
Ignore all the stuff I'm putting on screen.
4 episodes. I'm gonna watch it though. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be Kino.
There, added stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Fate Steel. Alright, I meant to say, like, 2 minutes ago, Bex, you might be interested in the first anime we're talking about, the most popular anime this season, currently the #1 anime on MyAnimeList for some reason, because the first episode is actually a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's like dead ass. In
Well,
the
well,
beginning.
it's a TV anime, but the first episode is 90 minutes.
Oh, so it's like Rockago or something?
But like
yeah.
longer. It's
Yeah,
not
even
even a
longer than
usual
that.
hour. It's like a full-fledged hour and a half. Because I was like expecting the Rockago hour or like the Made in Abyss hour, but I'm like, no, this is like longer than like Garden
This
of
is a
Words.
feature film, yes.
It is a feature film.
This could be submitted to the Oscars.
We should try that. We should see if that'll work.
The Academy goes to Oshi no Ko, episode 1.
Have you guys ever tried like explaining the premise of Oshinoko?
No.
I gave it a shot yesterday and it didn't work because I'm like, so like Bex, do you know anything about this
Imagine
show?
if you will.
I actually know nothing about this beyond there is a girl with lots of colored hair. I don't
Okay,
Perfect.
yeah, okay,
that
so that's
narrows
what
it
They
down.
have pronouns. I don't
That's the
know.
show. That's
I
the
tried
show.
I tried explaining it. I don't know if I should give it another shot.
Go ahead,
but-
Shaw. Explain Oshi no Ko as badly as possible.
So the girl with colored hair is actually a 16-year-old idol, and so she ends up
Oshi.
she ends up getting pregnant with twins, but because she's an oh.
This is a fucking bad idea. We need to disable
I
this.
love that. And then
That's so
she has to go to like some hospital in the countryside because she can't like reveal she's pregnant because like idol fans, lol, you know.
Yeah,
So-
and the fact that she's 16, that's also
And
a
she's
huge
16.
thing.
That's-
They can't they don't have 16 and pregnant in Japan, especially for
Yeah, they
idols.
just
So.
have, yeah.
So
16
she goes
and hiding it more like.
hiding and pregnant. So she's like goes to this hospital and like the doctor ends up being like a huge fan of hers and so she's ready to like give birth to her twins and then her stalker finds her hospital and like kills the doctor. So the doctor gets reincarnated as one of the twins. And that's essentially the beginning of the story and then he just
I'm
gets
not gonna lie,
crazier
that's a
from there.
pretty insane premise. That's,
Isn't it
It's
batshit?
wild.
Wild.
Like it's a batshit premise.
I
In
know we
the
said
best
What
way
if
possible.
culture gets wilder?
It gets
It does.
crazier. I don't want to get too
It
much
gets-
more into it.
Fucking
Okay,
nutty.
so this may be TMI. This might be maybe not safe for streams, but here I'm going to ask this anyway. Do we know the situation of how she got pregnant? Like, is that
No.
told?
That's a
Okay.
major plot point.
When
So,
Okay.
so
when a boy and an Oshi like each
Well,
other.
I guess.
So the main intrigue essentially is that, well, should I just spoil episode 1 right off the bat?
Or is it fair
It's
game
all the
spoilers
movie.
for everyone?
Well, yeah, just watch episode 1. Spoiler alert. At the end of the episode, the idol dies. She gets stabbed by the same.
Ouch.
She gets stabbed by the same guy who stabbed the gynecologist from the beginning. And so Hoshino's son, the main character, speculates that all of this was orchestrated by their dad. So now the goal is that the two twins who are now like rising stars in the idol or acting industries, they are going to reach the top of the ladder to hopefully find their dad and confront him and whatever.
He wants to kill him, I think, which is why you got like random YouTubers saying, "Is this the new Light Yagami?" Which is like, no.
To be honest, this sounds like something I would find on like fanfiction.net.
Yeah.
This is actually just fanfiction of something.
It's like how many layers of just bad shit can
This
we
is like
make?
definitely a dream fanfic, but for like a fake idol.
Okay, so like,
What
what's
if
the
I-
juice? If I may ask, what's the juice of the series? Like, is it the insanity
Well,
of the premise
no,
that people are watching
it-
it for, or
After episode 1 and 2, like the main driving force becomes like the twins. So one of them is a very gifted. Well, that's another crazy part. The girl twin is one of the a patient of the doctor who was like infatuated with the idol but died of presumably cancer because she had no hair. So I mean, I guess it's implied cancer.
Yeah.
But she died like way before the doctor died, but they get reincarnated at the same time. So they're siblings, not knowing who each other were in their past life. I'm kind of stunned that it has fast forwarded to them being like 16 years old without ever
And they still don't know.
discussing who
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. But she was a big fan of the idol, so she's watched all the routines. So she has like a knack for the whole idol thing, and she wants to be an idol, even knowing what happened to her mom. She wants to get into the business. The brother wants to stop that at all cost and also solve the murder and his own murder. Like he keeps googling himself, his past self, and no one ever found the body.
Oof.
So
Awkward.
yeah, so that's like, oh shit, no one's even looking for the person who killed me. So now the show is like her becoming an idol and him being like getting deeper and deeper into showbiz, like to find whoever the dad is, because the dad has to know what happened.
Because he's also probably the
because-
dad is the only one who knows that
Yeah,
the dad is also the only one who knows that like I was pregnant with them, besides like the management people who adopted them.
And
So it's,
and where she lived, like no one could
Yeah.
have told the killer the address besides him. Or someone else in showbiz who knew where she lived. So that's why he's trying to infiltrate showbiz.
Well, there
not
there
gonna
was
lie.
a scene in the first episode where she contacts him and she's like, "Oh, my address is ...
yeah.
Oh, didn't she not say it?
I think they still implied it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the boyfriend or whatever, the dad.
Yeah, ex-boyfriend.
So that's why he's looking for the dad to find out. Did you fucking tell the stalker?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Do you know
And-
who it is?
and it's like a thing that he assumes that the dad is someone within like show business, so he enters show business sort of with this duplicitous motive of trying to find
That
his
was a
dad.
fucking word you just dropped right there.
I'm
Duplicitous.
like, I think I'm only like 40% sure I used it right.
You did use it correctly. I was impressed.
Good, okay.
Implicit
So yeah, so it's the thing like
Good
he's
shit.
entering.
Probably good
yeah,
shit.
we don't have to say much. Like this is it.
Good shit. Good shit. Is that me?
That was not Shaw actually saying that. That was a soundboard.
I was so
Is that me?
confused.
Wait, was that me
It's
saying
like,
something?
what?
Why are you
Schrodinger's,
talking to me?
Schrodinger's soundboard. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm here. I'm talking. What the fuck?
But anyway,
I
yeah,
would
it's
have never
not
guessed anything about this show based on like the art style, because I'm looking at the art style and I'm like, oh, well, this just looks like any other
Flashy and
anime.
bright, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
but
I
that was
wish-
the thing. Like going into it, I sort of apparently picked up somewhere there that there was this quite sort of dark story, but then I guess I forgot. So I was like, oh, I must have been wrong about this. But then when I rewatched the first episode, I was like, oh no, yeah, I didn't remember right. But you wouldn't necessarily guess just based on reading the premise and seeing the key visuals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but like, I mean, I remember hearing like, oh, like the idol gets pregnant, and then I didn't know anything else. But I had no idea based on like any of the promotion or like the marketing for the series, manga or anime otherwise, that she died in the first episode. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
shocked.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That was a genuine twist. Like, I did not see that coming in any capacity. So
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
frame of her dead is just, it's haunting. Because like
Yeah, it
the
was-
stars go out of her eyes. It's drawn so eerily.
it was really emotional too, because up until that point, I'm like, okay, this is kind of whatever, getting Mushoku Tensei vibes. But then I'm like, wait, holy shit! Like, we're cooking. This is crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, they did a really good job. I think I'm really enjoying it. The first episode I think is really great. I think the other episodes have been really great too. And I know people were kind of like, because it's by Doga Koba, which like generally does more cute, comfy slice of life. So people were, oh, can they handle the darker, more intense elements? And I think the answer is yes. I think they can.
Yeah, the first episode looks like $1 million.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it probably cost $1 million to make.
Yeah,
it's an hour and a half long. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean having the first episode be that long does pay off because it does reach that point where you get to the big twist.
Yeah.
And they are apparently dumping a lot of money into this. I think there's someone I follow who lives in Japan and is like, I have not seen an anime marketed this heavily before. It's everywhere.
I have not seen an animator leave that studio in 2 months.
Which, I mean, it makes sense just in principle because we haven't even mentioned that this is by the creator of Kaguya-sama.
Mm-hmm.
Which you also wouldn't necessarily guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not, honestly.
And the art for the manga and then the character designs in the anime are from the Scum's Wish mangaka.
Yeah.
So it's like a collaboration between the two, which is pretty cool because I like Scum's Wish art design and the characters.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And Akasaka Aka has admitted he's a way better writer than artist. So he's just retired from drawing manga now. He's just going to write.
Finally, someone says it.
and then the artist of Scum's Wish, like I did not like that manga, but it had fine art. So they're a better artist than a better writer.
That was 2017, right?
Very good, Becker.
Yes.
Anime Twitch Jeopardy, come back. Let's go.
Oh my god, I would do that in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
All right. Let's contact replay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's questions from before 2016, right? When you still watch the anime.
He does. Bex really does have a lot of niche anime knowledge, though, for real.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Scum's Wish was like the really like weird show, right?
It was the love polygon where everyone has sex with each other.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But everybody has sex with
Oh my god, wait a minute. I just remembered that my tag on my MyAnimeList, my review tag on my MyAnimeList for Scum's Wish is don't have sex. If you do, you will get pregnant and die. And now we have Oshinoko, which has just confirmed that.
Damn, cinematic parallels.
The prophecy.
That's a takeaway from Oshi.
I did it.
I got kind of traumatized by Scum's Wish because I binged the manga in like the same day that episode 1 came out, and there's this one panel. Well, I'm not going to spoil Scum's Wish on the Oshinoko thing.
You can
spoil
but, like, Scum's Wish. No one cares.
It's like the one girl is like waiting for the guy because they're gonna like finally get together, and he's like smashing the teacher, and it's like the panel has both of them in the same page, and I was like, it's 2 a.m. I can't deal with this anymore. I need to get off.
Dog.
Hell yeah.
Art.
Let's go.
I'm expecting that. I'm expecting that for this manga. I'm like, well, this series, because I'm like, okay, how scummy are things gonna get in this series?
I wish Scum's Wish was scummier.
Now, you can't spell nutrition without nut, am I right?
That's right.
Is that Bill Hader? Is that what I'm...
I have no idea. That's just a random thing I have on my folder.
But yeah. In terms of how scummy are things going to get, right now in the story, the protagonist is very much like the dark one, I guess, to put it like that. He's like the brooding one and the one who thinks that everything's sort of.
He gaslights, gatekeeps, and
Girl bosses.
And boy bosses.
And he's very cynical, and then there's these other characters who are still more optimistic about entertainment industry and stuff like that. So I'm wondering to what extent it's going to lean towards. I assume it's going to lean towards this darker side, where he's the one that's
like a
he's the
very
one that's
nice
sort of,
dichotomy. That's another $1 million word. Between the brother and the sister, where the brother was a 30-year-old doctor, the sister died as a 13-year-old cancer patient. She's still very naive.
Yeah, I kind of like how they
where
showed
he has been blackpilled for 2 lifetimes now.
Yeah, like I appreciate how they show kind of like both sides of the reincarnation coin, where like he's kind of like, wow, I failed twice. I've been killed. Essentially, I've seen the same stalker dude kill me and then killed I. So like, he feels so depressed by like failing in his second life to keep her safe. Whereas like the girl, because she died of cancer, she views this second life as like the possibilities are endless because she's not
shit,
dying.
I can walk, I can dance, I can do all this shit.
Yeah. And I sort of like that now in the story. There's that dichotomy is still there, where she's still very positive and optimistic, while he's sort of more cynical. And the one thing I'm sort of holding reservations about if that's the correct use of that sentence.
Yes.
Okay, is like, to what extent is it going to lean? Is it going to lean into that dichotomy? And if it's going to be going to treat that sort of positive side as some sort of truth as well, or whether it's going to go this direction, or it's going to say like, okay, we're going to break the cutie, as they say, and sort of have her also go towards this cynical side, and sort of have everyone shift perspective towards this this negative perspective of the entertainment industry. Because I think it's more interesting to show both sides and to say like, okay, there are good things and there's bad things. So that's sort of the one thing where I'm like, okay, if it does go too negative, then it might become overbearing in a way. Yeah. So I'm that's sort of the one thing where I feel like that's a pitfall for the show. But if it keeps this dichotomy up well, I think it's a really interesting story.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think we're gonna get, at least my prediction from episode 4 is we're gonna have kind of like an interesting middle ground with Kana, the child actress who is like who's reunited with Aqua and Ruby now when they're like teenagers, because she seems like a good exploration of both, where like she's still in the industry but she's definitely been screwed over a lot as like a child star who's not really killing it as much now. So
and their names are Ruby and Aquamarine.
Yeah, they're done. They're done. They're cooked.
Amazing.
That is
genius mangaka Akasaka
That's
Aka.
how
I
you
want to,
know
by the
you're a
way, I want to apologize.
Mangaka.
My microphone might have actually doubled up because I forgot to disable one of them, so both of them were running. Whoopsies! Hopefully I was just echoing and sounded really cool.
No one said anything in chat, so
well, no one ever says anything in chat. No one ever comments on that.
That's right, boss. No one ever says anything.
Hogs out for
and then we get,
instead of saying something, we'll just make a sound effect. That's literally what we'll do instead.
Well, you're going to make a sound effect anyway.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Panic.
So, can I make a complaint? This is my podcast.
Yes.
I don't need permission.
Absolutely.
No.
It's your birthday. You can cry if you want to.
So, I'm kind of disappointed in Oshi no Ko for what the show is, because I wanted it to be something else. And that is incredibly selfish.
Fuck up. No one cares.
I know, it's incredibly selfish, but you know what? All opinions are selfish, so I'm going to continue. I saw that this anime was going to be about a 16-year-old pregnant idol. And I thought instantly, like, that is the sickest premise you could possibly have. Like, 16 and pregnant, MTV literally had that show carry their platform for a decade. There is so much you can do with
respect that. Jersey Shore. We have double carrying, but I respect
cinema, yes.
What a catalog.
Respect on.
And then you add in
culture.
And then you add in the fact that she's an idol. Like, with the idol culture in Japan and how crazy that is, like, there is so much juice in that premise. Like, and I was really looking forward to watching a show where it's about someone continuing to be an idol while trying to cover up this pregnancy or covering up her children and stuff like that. I really wanted it to go in that direction. And then when I saw, no, actually, these two kids get reincarnated, and that's what it's about, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I so wanted it to be the dramatic, I don't know, whatever. My other microphone just fell over and just fucking, I think I broke it.
I got 2 microphones.
Yeah, this is a fucking disaster. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I do actually agree.
Yeah, please take over while I fix everything.
No, I agree.
Like, the story of an idol trying to sort of keep up this career while also having a personal life with all these things that idols shouldn't do in the eyes of the fans, and that dichotomy, that could also be, I feel like that is a story that would be maybe more interesting premise wise than just having this revenge plot. But I still think having this revenge plot be set into the entertainment industry and having these supporting characters that are trying to make it into entertainment industry, I think it still could have elements of that.
Yeah, I agree too.
I'll admit I haven't seen past the first episode yet, so there's definitely lots of room for this to improve. I guess the show hasn't really gotten started from where I've seen it so far. It's just that I don't know. I was kind of watching the entire first episode thinking like, all right, get to the point already. Like, I mean, I already knew where it was going. I already suspected that she was going to die, but I was just like kind of just not interested in lots of the stuff that happened essentially before she died. Like, all the stuff from when they were babies was just too ridiculous for me to get into. I mean, I get this show that can be funny, but I also feel like it's trying to be really real. You know, because again, with like a 16-year-old pregnant idol, and how they're always like, "Oh, we cannot let this be known to the public, or else we are all of our careers are done." You know, but then you got like, you know, dancing babies in the strollers, and then they trick that one chick into thinking that they're gods or something, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like, the
one scene where the main character was like, seeing living with eye up close makes me almost happy that guy killed me is like definitely one of the cringiest scenes in the whole thing, and you're like, oh, this is just so cringe. And that's kind of what I was like kind of alluding to with the like Mushoku Tensei comparison, is it's like I think he has become more compelling here and there, but it's like it's still kind of cringy when you're like, okay, the guy who is like has a in-universe unhealthy obsession with this idol is reborn as her kid. It's just kind of icky and weird, and it's very cringe, but like over the top cringe, and it's not as grounded as kind of you said, where like, you know, they're trying to show some real stuff, and we're like, you know, we're kind of cringing over this guy being like very weird about his obsession with his now mom.
And it's also weirdly ends up being quite an inconsequential part of the premise.
Yeah,
because the kid could just be her kid, and like, even if he was not reincarnated, this whole revenge plot of him going into the entertainment industry to find out who his father is and trying to get some sort of revenge.
But this explains why he has the intellect and like know-how.
Sure, but I mean,
to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ.
To be a doctor, I assume,
to be a doctor. But yeah,
shout out to Replay Value in chat.
Yeah, we actually summoned Replay Value somehow. I didn't think he would show
Anime
up.
Twitch Jeopardy and it worked.
Hell yeah!
Thank you.
But other than
continue.
Other than motivating his level of intellect, it's surprisingly inconsequential to the actual revenge plot. I feel like it could have worked if it was just a normal kid.
Yeah, but I also do have to
he
admit
wouldn't
that.
have. Oh,
go on.
No, go ahead.
Because he wouldn't have known to like get in on the ground floor when he was 6 or whatever. Like he made connections right away.
Sure, but I mean, technically, she could have been killed like when he was slightly older, and he would have a bit more sense of what's going on around him. I don't know. I'm not saying it's entirely inconsequential, but it's considering it feels like initially it's the main part of the premise. It ends up being surprisingly inconsequential.
It's the hook. Well, I mean, I guess they could do more with it. I don't know.
Sure, but it hasn't so far necessarily.
Yeah, I do have to admit though, I think as of episode 4, I do appreciate him a bit more, because at first, like, I watched the first 2 episodes, I'm like, he kind of sucks. Well, he's logical, but he kind of sucks. And then I got to episode 4, I'm like, you know what? I can see him not sucking and getting like a bit more compelling, even with his kind of like edgelord revenge plot. So I'm you know, hesitations aside, I'm kind of cool with like him getting better, even if he's a bit of an edgelord when everyone else is like a bit more positive.
They didn't just kill his mom; they killed his favorite idol, dude,
and his idol mom,
and his Oshi, his mom, and his Oshi.
Very traumatic, where like, you know, he's like, she's just dying in front of him. Like, even if you're reincarnated, that's like very traumatizing, and I don't blame him for being like,
it was a good scene.
I'm gonna find out and kill my dad.
Yeah, but also speaking to the unhealthy obsession, stuff like that. Like, at first, there's definitely a lot of that, but at some point, she does go from being, like, to him an idol and become his mom. Like, when she dies, he's not crying because Oshi died. He's dying because his mom died.
Yeah, that is true. And I do think they do a decent job, at least somewhat, like, mixing the two of, like, his past life and current life.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's pretty good. It's still good. Looking forward to seeing the rest of it, because, you know, genius mangaka Akasaka Aka, he does not miss.
Such a cool ass name. I'm not gonna lie.
Isn't it though?
That. It's so good.
Bex, you might appreciate that every time I think of I say that guy's name a lot because I always think of the song Akasaka Sad.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, good song.
That kind of made me like the song a lot more.
Nice.
This anime is what happens to Rushia when her Discord messages are leaked. That is unironically true. Yeah. Honestly, that the reason why I know the word Oshi and how it like applies to idol culture is because of VTubers.
Because of VTubers.
Oh my god.
Because they say
everybody's talking about their Oshi.
Hilarious.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Remember Kizuna Ai? Kizuna Ai actually has an anime this season. That's crazy.
I was about to say, what's that from? But it's Kizuna, yeah.
Yeah.
Yuppie!
That's not Kizuna Ai. All right. Do we have anything else to say about Oshi no Ko? After like 30
drop
minutes.
it with the last hot take. I like the opening, but I like the ending more, which might not be a hot take.
You know what? I really do not like the opening. I'm going to be the guy that does not like Yoasobi because all of their songs sound the fucking same. I was actually intrigued when the opening started because it starts off completely differently from all their other songs. It starts off as a hard ass fucking rap, and I'm like,
it goes hard.
Yo, what is this? But then like second half, they do the exact same chorus that is in all of their other. Why do they have all of their choruses in the same key? I mean, I know why, but like it's just because I mean, I don't know. I don't hate Yoasobi. It's just that all of their songs are so perfectly manufactured for anime OPs.
Yeah, did you guys see when Maz edited Yosoasi, I can't say it, I don't care. They edited like one of their songs over another one of their openings and like the exact like you wouldn't know it was
switched,
an edit.
I stitched together parts of the second Beastars opening and the first Witch from Mercury OP.
Literally the same.
Which also very much sound like the chorus of this OP.
Yeah, exactly. I'm already thinking of how to add this one to it.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's going to be a continuous running thing.
It's going to be a running joke. You just repeat it over and over again for every new opening, and you can just like change out the song. It actually could probably go kind of hard as an edit, but it also illustrates the points that their openings sound very similar.
Yeah. Oh well. But that's it. Oshi no Ko, #1 anime of all time, somehow. I don't know. Does that surprise you guys?
No, Mal is just so broken. It's just Mal.
Oh.
Like I think it's fine. Like I think the first opening was like packed a big punch, so naturally it's gonna go to #1 on Mal. By the end of the season, it's not gonna be in the top 20. We don't need to. No one needs to get too upset over it.
It's maybe. Fine.
It might. I don't know. Yeah, I shouldn't speak too soon, but I have a feeling it won't because people I think are also kind of in a similar boat to you, where like some people think it peaked at the first episode because they found it more interesting. Yeah.
You just did.
People, just like yeah, good one. Right. I was gonna say, do people like still care about Mal like rankings and scores and stuff?
They do until they do.
Oh my god, we're literally like we're kind of post-pandemic at this point. Like, who gives a shit?
See,
like, we're it's 2023. Who cares?
They don't care until something goes to #1 and it's not Full Metal Alchemist, and then suddenly the sanctity of MyAnimeList scores has been disturbed.
Yeah, it's people like complaining
I think
they
just
don't
get rid of rankings or something. Just see what people do. Like, abolish it. It's not good for anyone.
People say they don't care because the ranking system is broken, but then we'll go on extensive rants about how shitty it is that certain anime get to #1 because of the broken system.
Bro.
They should. That's
the point.
They should adapt the system from Kitsu, where you don't have rankings, you have emojis.
Oh, emoji like Facebook. Yeah, you just like react with like emojis or something.
Yeah, on Kitsu you rate anime with emojis.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Finally, an anime website for
with, like,
Zoomers.
The poop emoji. Like I need a poop emoji for some series.
All right. Well, we're not going to use it for this next one. This next one, it's called. If I can find the frickin' image for it, because I didn't sort this whatsoever. I'll just cycle through these. Whatever. It's called Jigokuraku, aka Heaven's Paradise. I don't even have it in the folder. Cool.
Is it Hell's Paradise or Heaven's Paradise?
Hell's Paradise. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was gonna say I thought you were being funny.
Yeah, Heavenly. Because we have we have Heavenly Delusion and Hell's Paradise. So we got a lot of biblical references in the titles for this.
Is a Japanese colloquialism.
That's right. So basically, Jigokuraku is the Made in Abyss of the season. Any questions?
What does that mean?
It means it's made in Abyss.
They go travel to an area that's fucked up.
I've only seen like one episode of Made in Abyss, so you're gonna have to unpack this a little.
I've seen
one. I could do another quick summary. This one's easier to explain. So it's essentially like, they essentially have all of these criminals on death row, but they want them to go to like this mystical land across the sea or whatever to go find the elixir of life. But naturally, it's in this area where like lots of fucked up shit, monsters.
Die, yeah.
So it's
Is
like
this a Suicide Squad thing.
Yeah, it's
Destroy
something
the
like
child. Corrupt them all.
I guess it's
Something
a
like a
Suicide
Suicide
Squad
Squad
of anime.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
so yeah, it's, they got some action, they got some fighting, got some gray morality, got some MAPPA filters.
I love when my morality is gray. It's just my favorite shade of
gray, like the main character's hair.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know what so this show made me realize something. I'll wait for a tangent. How do you guys feel about this show?
I think I'm the only one here who's actually seen it along with you.
Oh, okay, so it's just us. Okay.
Yeah, so basically the only thoughts I really have for Jigokuraku is that it's fine. It's pretty much what I want an action anime to be. It's kind of edgy, and it's kind of like, it doesn't have much of a story really, but it's about a bunch of weird characters fighting each other in weird ways. So I appreciate that, and I also like how and what I meant to say is how this anime is how I want my action anime to look. It's kind of got this unpolished, kind of unfiltered style to it, kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen or Mob Psycho. So it's just it moves around a lot and it just looks cool, but it's not super like clean,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think I like it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I don't want to sound too like head ass with this, but like I think it's like a lot of interesting ideas executed in kind of like a boring way. So like I'm showing up here for, the fights that kind of look good once an episode, but then the rest is kind of like whatever. But I think it can like definitely improve and lead into interesting directions. But so far, it did kind of make me realize how bored I am with like the MAPPA aesthetic, if that makes sense. Like where everything has the like the blur filters and like just how things are kind of presented, but I'm still enjoying it. Like I don't want to sound too negative because I'm having fun, but I realize it's just like, another enjoyable seasonal. It's not going to be like an all-time great series that I'm going to remember in like 3 years from now,
Probably not. I mean, I think I'm with you. Like this is a prototypical 7. It's all right. It's plenty enjoyable. I will watch all of it probably. I'm probably not going to take a whole lot away from it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, like if people like it, I'd be like, yeah, fair. But if people don't like it, I'm like equally fair. Like, yes, correct.
Yeah, there are going to be some people who are like, this is the best series of all time. Goated swag for real, for real.
MAPPA goats, thank you, MAPPA.
Yeah,
MAPPA hyping.
And that's about it.
I think I'm also salty because the main character is essentially just like a really boring Killua. Like they really just took Killua in like every capacity, and they're like, okay, like he's badass, but like, yeah, that's it.
That actually scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. I kind of like him because he seems like he's my typical kind of character that I like. The really sleepy, edgy looking dude who just doesn't care about anything. But actually, he's like a total softie inside because all he wants to do is go home to his wife.
Yeah, that one's cute.
Oh, he's a wife guy? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, so the reason why he was on death's row is because he's the top assassin in his crazy psychotic village. And so much so, he's so accomplished that he got to marry the chief's daughter. So he has that high honor. And the daughter is just the sweetest, most precious cinnamon roll of all time, who warms his cold, dead heart and teaches him that there's more to life than killing people horribly. So
I mean, you can still do that. I mean, but also be happy in other ways.
Why not both?
I don't know. This sounds like some kind of leftist propaganda.
Some kind of Suicide Squad.
Some kind of, what are we? Some kind of seppuku squad?
Seppuku squad, yes.
Jigokuraku.
Let's call it Seppuku squad now.
It's apparently Mother's Basement joke.
Oh, no, Mother's Basement has jokes. Wow. That's news to me.
We're all G off.
Yeah,
I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah, so the reason why he's on death's row is because he wanted to escape the village with his wife. He wanted to settle down somewhere and free himself from this life of sin. so to speak.
I can see why you'd go on death row for that.
And then the village was like, go fuck yourself, eat a dick.
Death.
Death. But he cannot die because for some reason he is immortal. And it's supposedly he was given the elixir of life, which was passed around in his village. And this elixir of life is what's being looked for in this crazy, weird island. That's the premise. And they're also accompanied by these executioners. And that's about it. There's nothing to these executions or anything. There's no. The thing I hate the most about this show is that they really try to make the main girl like really interesting, but they really don't know whether they have no idea whether or not they want her to be like really cool and awesome, or just like super vulnerable and emotional.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like in the first episode, she's like badass, and then in this latest episode, she's like passing out from like the air when no one else is, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait,
I haven't seen
like
that
what
one.
the fuck is what the fuck happened?
Like, for real.
Yeah, learn how to breathe, nerd.
Just breathe, forehead.
Yeah, I think it's so on point because she was like, and I'm not against them like exploring her character and giving her vulnerabilities, but like let's they're trying to have. They're not really focused with her, so she just kind of sucks. Or, like, she's getting worse over time and getting less interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show's kind of a mess, but I would say it's a hot mess. It's fine.
Could it be the Junie Tyson of the season, or is it not?
No, I wouldn't call it the.
No,
I
it's
wouldn't
made
call
in
it a
Abyss.
Junie Tyson.
Is something else Junie Tyson of the season?
It does have a death game kind of vibe to it, but I wouldn't.
Well, does it have to be a death game to be necessarily the quote-unquote Junie Tyson, or does it have
Let
to
me
be
just say,
honest?
we are going to get into something that is the most me show of all time.
Fuck yeah, okay,
Later
cool,
on.
sweet, awesome.
Junie Tyson.
The big order of the season.
Better than the big order of the season, if you can believe that.
Wait, there's
Right?
there's a big order of the season?
No, there's not a big order of this season. No one even knows what we're talking about anymore. So let's move on to the next show.
We're just saying words, yeah.
Slightly, that one was Hell's Paradise. This is Heavenly Delusion. Somehow these two shows just exist at the same time. So Heavenly Delusion, it's hard to find because it's locked in jail by Disney for some reason. Disney decided that they want to.
It's locked in the Disney Vault?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the Disney Vault?
I do remember
Yeah.
the Disney Vault.
Yes.
Panic, what the fuck are you talking about?
It would make more sense if it wasn't directed at Panic.
I know, Panic wasn't even saying
It's
anything.
so funny that comes from Panic. Bro.
Disney, what the fuck are you talking about?
All right, Heavenly
Panic, what the
Delusion.
fuck
I've
are
only
you
seen
talking
one
about?
episode of it. I saw it just today, right before we started recording. This anime is The Last of Us, but except it's The Promised Neverland. Any questions?
The last of the
That
promise.
makes
Neverland.
one
None,
sense,
actually.
actually.
It makes perfect
Actually,
sense.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
watch
is it part 1 of The Last of Us or part 2 of The Last of Us?
Doesn't matter.
And is it part 1 of Promise Neverland or part 2 of Promise Neverland?
Oh, that is actually important.
You know what? That is good. It's part 1 of both. So basically,
Oh, good.
it's
So
some
parts of it
kind.
are good, right?
It's some kind of post-apocalyptic world. It seems like monsters took over the world. These creepy, horrifying monsters. I'll put one on screen because
Oh, no, I hate those.
Because
Oh my god.
I only saw one episode, and then the monster showed up at the very last episode, and apparently the main characters are familiar with him. Look at this fucking dude.
That is just like Promised Neverland.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
Look at this dude. He's fucked up.
Whoa, those tits. I love those tits so much.
I remember that reference. Oh my god, our sound bites are so on point. I'm
Thank you.
I'm
I
so
added
happy.
most of them.
That's amazing.
So yeah, some kind of monsters roam around the Earth, and there are these two main characters. One is like traveling somewhere, and then he has this bodyguard who's along with him. I don't really know why. They haven't really explained yet. That's fine. So they're just kind of going from place to place for whatever reason. And then also, there's some kind of facility somewhere that's heavily protected, where kids are educated. They run outside. They go and do all that stuff, and they're surrounded by these tall walls. And then someone has a question. What if there's something outside of the walls?
Like the flat Earth.
Attack on Titan 2.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
No, it's
the
good.
Fuck are you talking about?
kidding
Shit's
me?
No.
Do you not like the show, Whoops?
I did not mean to press that.
Wait, have you seen this?
I have seen 2 episodes of this.
Oh, okay.
So I can talk along, but I'm just listening for now.
I'm pretty much done because that was all I had to say. It's fine. First
wait,
episode.
we
first
can pick
episode
those
was fine.
No one cares.
I didn't know we could do those sounds. I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is not exclusive to Panic. Otherwise,
Holy shit.
You've just been abusing.
that would have been a huge mistake.
I thought Panic was working overtime. Holy shit.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you have to say about it? Whoops. Just press through.
Yeah, I sort of, before watching this, I felt like I was sort of tired of this whole post-apocalyptic setting, because it always sort of plays out the same way. But I think, or it doesn't always play out the same way, but there's sort of two types, which is like the world is destroyed and we're just trying to get by type, and there's the weird, we live in a secluded society. But this sort of has both, which is weird. And I'm not sure, it's not sure from the episodes that I saw what the relationship between these two parts is. But yeah, I like that at least. But I'm sort of confused about what's going on. I've only seen 2 episodes, and I'm not sure what to feel yet, to be honest.
It's understandable. There is a lot of mystery as to like how the world got to where it is, and all these different roles that characters have.
Yeah, and in the first 2 episodes, you mostly just get to know the main duo and what their relationship is and how they sort of relate to each other, or don't, I guess. But other than that, I think it hinges for me on what is going to be the connection between these 2 parts and what's going to be the history behind this world. And I sort of need to see more of that to really make a full judgment.
Yeah.
Because right now it's sort of just going through the motions, having these characters walk through this world, and it's kind of just that, from what I've seen.
Yep. It's a post-apocalyptic world. What'd you have to say, Sha?
So I kind of failed on my podcast homework, and I was going to watch it this morning, but instead, my dad randomly sent me a top 25 sci-fi anime list of all time, and he was just like, discuss. And this was actually like 2 weeks ago. So there was 2 episodes out for this series, and this was like 15 on the list. And I'm like, okay, so this list is kind of ass. Like they're not even like done the entire series. So naturally that's kind of a pet peeve. But so I'm expecting it to naturally be 15th best sci-fi anime of all time based on this random list. So I have high expectations.
I feel like he should have said cook. Here, cook.
You know what? That's a good idea for a podcast episode. We just look at random lists.
We can do that. My dad keeps sending them to me. Well, the funny thing is, my dad, because he keeps trying to prove that Attack on Titan is bad without watching it. So he'll be like, notice
he's
that
a
Attack
hater
on
for real. I love it.
Average anime fan.
I'm behind this energy.
And he's like, notice there's no Attack on Titan on this list. He's seen like an episode. And I'm like, Dad, it's not a sci-fi show. They're not going to put it on this list.
What in the world is that a sci-fi?
Because he doesn't, it's so funny because he doesn't know anything about Attack on Titan except he thinks it's stupid.
They do have fictional science in it. What makes it sci-fi?
Yeah, we need an MyAnimeList episode featuring Shaw's dad.
We need an episode for Dad.
I don't see Attack on Titan in top music slice of life anime. It must be really bad.
It must be.
Notice no Attack on Titan.
Checkmate, atheists.
Why isn't it charting the dementia list? What the fuck?
But yeah, so now I'm expecting good things because it showed up on a random list. I will show you guys this list. It's kind of a cooked list because it's like, I don't know, it's not good, but it did put Steins Gate #1, so naturally I have to be like, damn it.
Top 10
they made a good choice.
Horse girl race shows. Where's Attack on Titan? Where did he find this list? Is he just like on Facebook looking?
It's not. I don't even know. It's like some random. It's not even like a CBR who is like notorious for like awful lists and articles. But what's the website?
Holy shit! I found a top 10 list and it's on here too.
It's called forceofsolitude.com.
Force of Solitude?
.za. What country is that? Is that like New Zealand?
CA? That's Canada.
ZA. Why are they... No, ZA.
ZA.
New Zealand, maybe?
Zimbabwe.
Zanzibar?
Yeah, Zimbabwe. Zanzibar.
I'm posting it in our channel. But
Darling in the Franks at 19.
Let's go.
45 is SAO. Okay. 24 is Shinsekai Yori. All right. All right. Let's...
Promised Neverland. No.
Elfin Lead. Oh, sure.
Yo, Elfin Lead fucking rules.
Erased. I saw that coming.
That's not even a sci-fi show.
Not
Like,
even really.
They don't explain how he time
reaching
travels.
a lot.
Oh, hey,
I knew that.
Gintama's number 9.
How the fuck did that happen?
I mean, Elfin Lead right above Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Hey,
that's like
Delusion
that's
is
a
on
war
this.
crime, if I'm being honest.
That's
Respectfully.
a bold
Skate
thing.
third.
Oh, here goes Stampede. Astro Boy. Yeah, that's okay.
Astro Boy is like fair. Like
Mobile
fair
Suit
enough.
Gundam? That's cheating. That's an
No,
entire
what is-
franchise. That makes no sense.
Okay,
You
what
can't
is-
do that.
Okay, I
Fullmetal
was going to say, is it the
Alchemist is
entire
weird.
franchise, or is it
Bad.
specifically 00, which they have a picture of? Sets enough
I think
from
it's
I think it's specifically that because further up the list they have the new Gundam, which are from Mercury.
Right, okay.
We get the gay ass covered. We good. We moving.
Ghost in the
Fullmetal
Shell.
Does that count as sci-fi? I don't know. I feel like some
Cyberpunk.
people would mauled at Steins Gate above Ava, but not on this podcast. We got it covered. We're good.
Okay, so they're not technically wrong, but when you guys think of sci-fi anime, do you think of Code Geass?
I mean, I guess it qualifies, but like
I
not
guess
really.
you could if you count like the Ragnarok shit, but like no one thinks about that stuff except for me.
I know very
So,
little
like,
about it, but don't they have mechs?
They do
Yeah.
have mechs, but there's other
Right.
things in that show that get a little bit, I guess, sci-fi-ish. But
I think
yeah,
they just
whatever.
kind of if they have a robot, it's sci-fi. I think that's
Yeah, I
the
guess
logic.
so.
Is robot?
Well,
Yes
that
or
makes
no?
sense. Okay, full FMA,
True, false.
Broho,
All right,
Neon Genesis.
guys, we have gotten way off topic here. Let's get back to talking about
To be fair, we
current
did spend 20
anime.
minutes on Oshi, so like,
Yeah, and we have like
We-
10 shows to talk about still, and we're an hour into this.
And all you need to know is this means Heavenly Delusions. It's like number 15 best sci-fi of all time with like 2
Literally
episodes
the
out.
best sci-fi show this year.
There we go.
So
Literally.
just watch it. Literally.
There we go. Watch Heavenly Delusion, everyone. Sign up for Disney Plus and then watch Heavenly Delusion. Except you can't do that because it's not on Disney Plus in North America, so you're just fucked.
Is
Sign up for Disney Plus and then pirate it.
That's what they want. Yeah.
And then watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Best
Disney
sci-fi
Plus.
movie of the 80s.
That's a good sci-fi movie.
That is a good
that's a
sci-fi
sci-fi
movie.
Which one?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, I love that movie. Good movie.
The movie's fire.
The best movie of all time.
Should we just talk about that for the next 2 hours?
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
Yep. Based.
All right, here's another anime that not for something completely different. Here's an anime called Mashle.
Stands for Magic and Muscle.
Yeah,
It is a Shonen Jump series or some kind of Jump series.
it is a Shonen Jump. Yes.
Right. Like imagine if Harry Potter
God
but
fucking
muscles.
Yes.
Damn.
Imagine if it was this show was Harry
Imagine
Potter, except the main character is Saitama.
Yeah, it's literally One Punch Man goes to Hogwarts.
Why do the characters look like that?
They look weird.
So
and
they've
they
got
all-
lines on their faces because those are called magic marks.
Okay.
And
you don't
then
have that. You don't have magic, and then the government kills you.
yes,
Oh, okay.
So he has to draw that on to pretend to have magic.
Ah.
So the whole thing with him is that like he's been living in hiding in the woods with someone who adopted him, and then the government finds out about him because he can't fucking stay in his lane. He
He
goes
is
to the city.
stupid as
People find
shit.
him. He's a dumbass, but he's a very strong dumbass. So the government finds him,
Evergarden.
and they make a deal that if he can become like it's called a divine visionary, but it's like a top student or whatever
yeah.
at this big prestigious magic school, then they'll leave him alone. So he goes there even though he has no magic. Now, what he does have is a sick training regimen. He's fucking like impossibly strong and fast. So he just fakes everything with physical acts of like miraculous physical feats. Such as, okay, he can't fly a broom, but he can throw a broom and then jump on it and pretend to fly and then set a speed record for the entire school. He's the fastest broom rider because he just threw it.
There was nothing against the rules. No, the rule book did not state I could not throw the broom.
Right. And it's like, oh, here's lock picking magic, and he just breaks the lock with his hand. Like, works. I opened the fucking lock. What more do you want?
Take that.
Oh my
I don't
God.
have to use magic for everything. I can just like brute force.
That actually sounds hilarious. That sounds so much better than what I expected.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is pretty funny. Now, what I don't like about it, where I become a bit of a hater, is like the forced memery of the entire thing, where he is so deadpan every single time. He is just very stupid, dismissive of everything and everyone, and he eats cream puffs all the time.
I was gonna say, is this the show that you complain about the cream puffs?
This is the show with the fucking cream puffs, and they front and center.
Thing, man.
I know they're delicious. But it's like the OP opens with a cream puff, the ED opens with a cream puff, and if it's about cream puffs, he eats cream puffs every 2 minutes. They're trying to make cream puffs like fucking double rainbow. They're trying to make it the funniest shit of all time.
Double rainbow.
Remember double rainbow? No,
that's a nostalgic meme.
That is an ancient meme.
It's one of that's why
that
it's
is a meme I haven't heard of in years.
Haha. Yes.
So
yeah,
is
it's the cream puff show, and that I hate that part so much because it's trying to be so lol random about it, and it's not.
How do you feel about cream puffs independent of this show?
Love them.
Okay, so it's personal.
Love everything with custard.
So is it a comedy anime with more like action elements? Okay, so it's more comedy.
It is
than
a
action.
comedy, but every once in a while they'll have some like money shots of him just like bodying someone in a magic duel, like rushing up to them, breaking the wand before they can cast the spell.
Panic showing his boomerness.
Just listening to the description of it, it sort of reminds me of what's it called, with the dude with glasses who's really cool.
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto. Sakamoto, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
This guy doesn't know that he's supposed to be cool. He just doesn't really care about anything except cream puffs. And when someone's being a bully, he will just like destroy them without even trying.
I have a bad feeling this is another one of those shows that like kind of sucks, but then Panic makes it sound hilarious, but it's just Panic being hilarious. And I'm going to watch the show and it's going to not be funny. And I'll be like, Panic, you made this sound so much better. And it's like, that can't help it. I'm just Panic and it's hilarious.
I think it's kind of funny, but it is pretty one note so far. And I've only seen one episode, so I'm already a little bit tired of it.
Okay, so some other moments. Episode 2, with the entrance to the school, there is a girl, like the one female character of the show, because it's Shonen Jump, there has to be like the token femoid.
Oh, those tits. I love those tits so much.
Yes. And she keeps fucking up and falling over and stepping in traps, and every time she does it, it cuts to the same still frame of him just like looking at her with pity and like, what are you doing? Ha ha ha.
Hilarious.
Fuck you.
Genuine laugh
That's
track.
funny.
Cute laugh track.
What was the other thing? Now I forgot. God damn it.
Crazy. Well, that's fine. I'm sure it'll be still enjoyable.
Report back.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will
the
at least
broom
check
stuff.
it out.
Block mentioned it. They play Quidditch, and he can't fly a broom. So what he does is he kicks in the air and flies that way.
Works.
Just think it's so funny.
He does not skip leg day, and that means he can just fly.
It's only stupid if it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
That'll be funny. Okay, I will check it out. I will see.
Yeah.
If it's bad, it's Panic's fault for being too entertaining.
Yeah, fuck you, Panic.
Yeah, I bet the cream puff bit is great, actually.
Actually, that is the best part of it. There is one
downplaying it this whole time.
There is one point, like the big shot of the school says, "Meet me at the playground at three, like so we can fight." And then he forgets about it because he's making cream puffs.
Well,
I would say, yeah, I would just simply not show up and just leave.
Yeah, but he doesn't not show up on purpose. He just forgets about it because he's baking.
Oh, sure.
Well, speaking of characters who have lots of priorities in their life, or maybe some small but wholesome disasters, this next anime is called Skip and Loafer.
So what's it about?
It's about I actually have no idea why it's called Skip and Loafer, but it's basically a slice of life where this girl is going to school.
They wear loafers.
Okay.
Cool.
That's it.
She's
I've
a
never
country.
seen
She's a
that
country
before.
girl. She's a country girl from like a very small like country town, and
Yeah.
she's going to Tokyo. So like it's like the culture shock of like everything's bigger. She's getting lost and stuff.
Are
and
you
then
saying
making
she's
new
just a
friends.
small town girl living in a lonely world?
Yes.
That's exactly right.
That's
Are there any midnight trains in this? And where do they go?
they go anywhere. That's what I know.
Anywhere, really. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so she's from a town of 30 people total, and then she goes to Tokyo because she wants a government job. She wants to make the world a better place.
Oh, I assumed she just wanted cushy government job benefits, which seems
Probably.
like the vibe.
Oh.
That's what they always.
Can we get an anime about unions and stuff like that? That would
Oh
be
my
great.
god, there should. Yes.
Well, there are no anime about unions this season, but there are anime about unions.
Unions.
This season.
Hey.
But no,
I'm a union guy through and through.
so she so she's trying to get into she does get into the school, and she just wants to be super cool so that she can live a cool life and be like a super independent person and all of that. And she's a small disaster because she has no idea how anything works. So she has no idea how to get to school. She's almost late. She runs at like 5 miles over there. It's just full of like a bunch of awkward social situations, but not in the extreme way that Bocchi the Rock does, because this person actually seems like they have a good head on their shoulders. They just legit
If I
don't know
may
a lot of
ask,
stuff. What's up?
What is the
Bocchi the
age
Rock?
of this character? Are they an adult? Like younger adults?
No,
Or-
like
15, I guess.
16.
Oh, okay. It makes
Yeah.
it seem like she's like going to like grad school or some shit.
Oh,
to
she's
do,
15.
government. Right. This show almost sounds like it's made for adults or something.
It
I
is.
don't know.
It is a seinen manga, so
Yeah, in a weird way, it comes off a little more mature than high school anime would,
yeah.
I suppose. Because I think what's interesting is that this anime kind of has like a second hook to it, where some characters have some kind of underlying drama to them, and this anime doesn't. At least so far, I've seen 4 episodes. I think I'm completely caught up. It hasn't like become a drama necessarily, but there will be these moments where characters are like really serious about something. So the guy, there's this guy in the school that he's the hot guy. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants to be his friend. All the girls want to ride him, etc. It turns out he's a former child actor. And there's someone in the school who knows about that, and he's constantly trying to get him to join the drama club, and is like constantly pressuring him and pushing him, like, "Hey, you're probably a really good actor. Join the drama club." And then finally he kind of reaches this breaking point where he's like, "Buddy, go fuck yourself. I don't want to act. Stop asking." And it's like, oh shit! Like it really cuts in how real it gets.
Does he do like a Logan Roy, like "fuck off"?
No,
I wish.
he's very polite
Bob?
about it. But you can tell how serious he is, and it really cuts because of how lighthearted and comfy the show looks in general.
Yeah. It's a very interesting dynamic where the show is mostly pretty comfy, and as Mods said, it's like mostly just kind of like lighthearted interactions, but people kind of have like some underlying conflict or tension. That's not like a huge deal, but it just kind of drives each episode. So like they'll have an episode where like it's a new friend group, like they just started school, so they're like going out to karaoke and stuff, and like some of the girls are kind of being like passively aggressive with the main character because they can tell that like the main guy is like good, he really likes her, and like obviously is like going along for her, and he can kind of read the room, and he's normally a really nice like friendly guy, which is part of the reason everyone likes him, but he'll be like some girl will be doing a passive aggressive thing. He's like, hey, like you should kind of chill out, like you don't have to get so uptight about it. And it's very interesting because in anime, most of the time people cannot read the room, or they have so many miscommunications or misunderstandings. And I feel like the show is very anti-miscommunication, anti-misunderstanding.
This is a show about people like actually talking about things.
Yeah, and like figuring it out, reading the room, like figuring out the underlying tension of what's going on, so it's kind of cool to see.
So I'm looking at the picture. Is the main girl the one in the blue jacket?
Yeah,
on the right.
Yeah, she's the one
she
on the
looks
right.
like main character. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the guy is the guy.
I'm not gonna lie, I like this art style. It's very pleasant to look
It's
at.
very
I
nice.
Yeah.
Just wow. I like
Yeah,
this.
I think the main thing about the main duo is that the main girl since she sort of grew up in this small town, she doesn't have that much of a sense of social skills or generally how life in a bustling city in a big school works. And the dude has like mad social skills. He's just liked by everyone, and he's just got people skills to the max, but not like in a I'm the popular guy, look at me way, but just in a very chill way. And they sort of end up hitting it off, and he sort of helps him, or he sort of helps her find a place in the classroom, and I think that's very sweet. It's just it's quite wholesome, and the drama parts that I mentioned, they feel like they fit very naturally into that. They're not necessarily forced in, or combat this otherwise lighthearted feeling all that much.
Yeah, and also also kind of like what we were mentioning before, like she doesn't have the same kind of like social savviness of growing up in like a big city, but it's also good that she's not frustratingly like obtuse to social situations. Like they show a scene where like, you know, she was gonna go out to the movies with the girl with the glasses, but somehow it ends up being like the whole friend group gets invited, and she kind of realizes after the fact, like, oh wait, maybe that was kind of the wrong thing to do, because, you know, back at home there was so few of us in the town that we would just like invite everyone. Maybe it's different here. So like kind of like cool stuff like that, where like she's aware of social situations. They're just very different in a small town of like 30 people with like, I don't know, maybe 5 kids versus like, you know, this big town where maybe it's, you know, a bit different.
Yeah, and her lack of social skills kind of creates some kind of weird drama, because there's the girl that was sitting behind her who's totally trying to get with the main guy and is really low-key jealous of her for getting close to him. So she's like trying to, she constantly gives her like fake advice. She's like, hey, don't believe everything this guy says. He's like, you know, the prototypical hot guy. Like, he knows his role, so he's just pretending to be nice to you. But actually and like the main character actually believes this. She's just like, oh, I never thought of it like that way. But then you realize she only said that because she's trying to get her away from the main character, and she kind of did some other really manipulative stuff, and it's really interesting.
I feel like a very close comparison, just to sort of put it into place. I don't know if any of you have seen Kimi ni Todoke, but it's
I'm watching that now actually.
Which is also excellent, but it's very much like that. I feel like in terms of cast dynamic, where it is this group of characters in a classroom that sort of, there's the main girl who is sort of trying to find a place and not really entirely fitting in, and then the popular, well-liked guy is sort of taking a role.
Is that rom-com, right? From like the 2000s,
yes,
early
2009, I think.
Production
Wait,
IG, right? Yeah.
I am so glad you brought that up, because I thought I was just kind of having like I'm watching it at the same time. Naturally, they're kind of similar. I thought it was kind of like, you know, giving a Boss Baby vibes, but the only movie you've seen is Boss Baby kind of thing. I thought it was like that, but I'm so glad you brought it up, because I do get similar vibes in terms of like, you know, girl who doesn't necessarily fit in, popular guy kind of, you know, befriends her because she's different, and then it ends up leading to her making friends. And so I was so glad that that's like also the comparison, because they're both like very enjoyable dynamics, where it's not like, you know, he's saving her single-handedly by just, you know, being the guy, but it leads to some cool dynamics all around. So I'm excited.
And both shows don't necessarily make a big deal out of it. It's just sort of, it feels very natural, and the way the characters interact just feels very normal in a way. It's not trying to make it any bigger than it is, or make a huge drama out of it or something, which I really like.
Yeah,
this sounds great. I should probably. I obviously don't really watch anime as much as I used to, but this sounds really pleasant. I don't know why. It sounds like
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, if it's just the type of show, if you feel like watching a pretty, just a chill slice of life, slightly romancy show, then it's gonna hit those notes, and it's gonna hit them well.
Yeah, this is a good show.
Is a good way of putting it. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to say it's a good show. So we all recommend it.
Yes.
Pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I expected to like this one very much, because, I don't know, looking into shows like this, when I start watching these anime, I like preview them in advance to kind of see what I'm getting into, and these kinds of shows, they don't really have anything to say on the cover, so it's just kind of, I'm just kind of like, I don't really know about this one, but this does have a surprising amount going on. You are now getting extreme nasally congested Maz right now. I hope you enjoy. I am
I love it.
dying.
Sniff and Loafer.
Yeah, that's what.
Seriously.
I'm sorry.
It's probably
Thoughts and
would be
prayers.
Sniff and coffer over here. Jeez.
Yeah. Another thing I'm suffering from is that I never sleep at all.
Oh boy, is this we're going to talk about Insomniacs now? Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
we're
a
going to
good
talk about Insomniacs after school.
During the podcast.
Yep. So it's about a guy who's just like me for real. Just some kind of quiet, lonely guy who has trouble sleeping at night because he's got anxiety or some other shit.
Anime?
No, this is not the school shooter anime.
I get so excited you describe something as the school shooter anime. I'm like, yes, that is actually it.
Yeah. But no, this guy just has trouble sleeping at night, and it causes issues throughout the day. So he's kind of bullied into going up to the haunted observatory. The school has an observatory that's kind of used for storage because there's this rumor about how someone in the astrology club killed himself or something like that, so no one goes there anymore.
Got bad vibes, yeah.
Yeah, and so he goes up there and then finds this girl who's sleeping in the room, and he kind of realizes, oh, this is like a great hangout spot. So the two, they just kind of like chill together. They're like, yeah, this is a cool thing that we get to do, because both of them, they suffer the same issue. This girl also has trouble sleeping. So they kind of just want to make this their hangout spot, this observatory, where they can just like chill, take a nap, stuff like that.
Just Call of the Night.
Yes.
Call of the Night, but in the observatory.
Literally Call of the Night, except no weird lewd vampires.
No sale. The fuck is this bullshit? Skipping next.
Yeah, what's the point?
What is even
the night at
point?
home?
Yeah, we have Call of the Night in school. The most interesting thing about this maybe is that after 2 episodes, they already get found out by the teachers, and they're like this teacher shows up and just like, no, you can't do that. That's
no
bullshit.
Nap time.
Yeah. But that's about it. It's just a little bit of a slice of life about these two, this kind of cute couple who are kind of struggling through some stuff, but they bond together over this. They form an astrology club of sorts. I haven't really seen what they do because I only saw 2 episodes. There's not really much that goes on in this show. It's just kind of quiet. It's kind of comfy.
So when you say astrology club, do you mean like this astrology science, or do you mean astronomy?
Oh, yes, you're right. I meant astronomy.
Okay, I was like, do they just spend like an hour talking about what your sign is and like, oh my god, you're such a Capricorn, like, oh my god, I can totally see
your
it.
moon
right?
is
yeah,
in
yeah,
Neptune or whatever.
Yeah. What's my rising sun or moon?
See, the reason why I got confused by that is because I'm actually talking to someone who is really into astrology. So that was on my
I apologize for being rude about that.
Oh, you're not rude about it. It's cool.
Looking into it, and it's honestly really fun. I think it's just like the MT, what is it, like the personality test thing? It's just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like your birthday, which I think is fun.
Yeah.
What is everyone's signs? You don't have to
Libra.
answer if you don't want to.
I'm
a Libra?
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm a Gemini.
So like, what's like the whole like thing about Capricorns? I don't know what Capricorns are known for.
I don't remember.
That's fair.
But I remember the person I'm talking to about all this stuff. She described it. She described various things, and I was like, "Wow, that's exactly what I am." So I don't know. Look up Capricorn, and then you'll just see a picture of me.
It's actually a picture of a goat, so that means Maz is the goat.
Let's go.
There we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, he's back.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not dealing with this astrology talk
this
about.
bullshit.
I'm done.
No, I kind of like this anime just as someone who, like honestly, like low-key personal talk here. I love this anime because it relates to me in a really, really heavy way, where I am someone who struggles getting sleep a lot of the time, including when I was a kid, where I, was in school and was sleeping during school a lot of the time, and it caused a lot of problems. Like the guy, he's kind of often dozing off in class, and then kids like laugh at him and bully him and like, haha, look at this loser sleeping in class. And it's like, yeah, look. Why do kids laugh at people who sleep during the class? Why is it so funny?
So I don't know
I'll
if that's just
fucking
like a
do it.
thing
No,
that's in film and television, but I've never experienced that in my time in school. Like,
I experienced that a lot.
When I was
buddy.
in college, people would sleep all the time, and we're just like, yeah,
Mhm.
people sleep. Like, I get it. It's cool. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone judges people. Well, unless, that happens.
Well, the thing is, once you get into college, it's probably more understandable. I'm talking like middle school.
I don't know why they would make fun of that. That's such a try-hard thing to make
That's
fun
such
of.
a
It's
weird thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should bully the bullies. I think we should be like, you. That's the best you could do. Like, get good. Come on.
We should kill them.
Bully the people who aren't sleeping in class.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're really getting into it.
Look at these guys paying attention in look at these nerds paying attention in class. Whoops, I forgot to.
Honestly, that's worse, yeah. Seriously.
Speaking of killing your classmates.
Yeah, that was the transition I wanted to go
Yes. Let's fucking go. That's the transition.
for. But anyway, Insomniacs after school, comfy anime, kind of quiet but very cool, recommended. Now let's talk about a very wonderful anime in some ways. They finally did it, guys. They finally made an anime about a school shooter.
Let's go.
It's finally happened.
They already did. It's called Gabriel Dropout.
That's actually true. She did bring a gun to school in one episode.
Well, she kill kind of vibes.
What's her name?
Satania.
No.
Was Gabriel Dropout also 2017, or was that 2018?
That was 2017.
That sounds about right.
Wow, look at me. I know my years.
Look at you go.
As long as it's 2017.
As long as it's 2017.
That's
awesome.
definitely
That was an awesome
2017.
That's from
That's an
Replay.
awesome vibe.
Is that us?
No, that was Replay Value server.
Damn.
Oh, good job, replay value.
That
I
was
don't mind
the
having the jazzy thing every time I name an anime from 2017.
that was the intro to anime Twitch Jeopardy.
Oh, that's right.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Right.
That's 2018.
Right, so back to the show, because it is kind of slander to call it a school shooter.
Kind of slanderous because he hasn't actually shot up a school, but
as someone who
just
follows the manga and loves it,
Of course you're reading
shot
a
up a
manga.
school.
Come on.
It ain't so.
as someone who has recently shot up his old school,
Jesus Christ.
I feel so bad.
I mean, it's
can't
an
even get
obvious
a gun.
comparison. It's an
imagine
obvious
living in a
comparison.
country where I can't even fucking
To
get
get
a
like
gun.
a
I
potato
wouldn't,
gun, yeah. It's
wouldn't even know where to go.
America.
America. I just go to
Yeah.
America, get a gun, fly
Yeah.
back.
In
We
America,
have
you
more than enough guns.
walk into a McDonald's. They got guns there.
You literally you can literally walk into a Walmart and probably just buy one off the shelf.
Yeah, sure.
With like an
I'm old
ID.
enough.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
It's not about a school shooter. It's about a really edgy kid.
What show are we talking about? I don't
Okay,
think
we're talking about a show called The
Dangers
Dangers.
of
My Heart.
My heart.
The
Dangers.
of My Heart.
Boku no Kokoro no Yabai.
Da-da-da, I'm a devil in your heart. That's the real Attack on Titan. Or not Chainsaw Man opening.
Also
What
called
the fuck are you talking about?
also called Boku Yaba.
What's the acronym?
Boku
Boku
Yaba.
Okay.
Hence the pun of my seasonal name on Discord.
I did get I did know what you were referencing, but yeah. I mean, this is one of those ones. So like, I only saw the first episode, but this is one of those series that like out of context screenshots look awful, like the worst thing you've seen in your life.
He is like a loner kid who is super edgy and has kind of embraced that persona. So he's like reading books about murder out in public.
He's like
and stuff like that.
He's like the white chicks who watch like true crime podcasts, but like in a middle school. So he's like imagining the hot girl dead and killing her.
Right.
But like,
So that's the bad impression the show leaves, is that he's like, oh, look at her, she's so pretty, I could just kill her.
Yeah, like Buffalo Bill shit.
But he doesn't actually want to.
What?
Like a serial killer. Like he comes across like a serial killer who's trying to kill her, but then it becomes very obvious that it's not he's not going to actually kill her, and he doesn't actually want to kill people. He's just like, I don't know. He's just like, he thinks he's a serial killer, but then he's like, wait, no, she's actually really, she's really cool and weird too, and
sociable
so,
and friendly.
from what I've seen, that's still sort of a little weird. I mean,
for sure.
I might just be in the camp, but it's like, oh, I'm imagining me killing her, but now she's nice to me, so then I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's like,
it goes
that's
heavy
still
into
weird.
it goes heavy into the chuny shit right at the beginning, but overall it is just a really cute rom-com.
It's a very weird, like, because I understood as soon as I saw the first episode, I got what they were going for in terms of like, I'm trying to think of another show that does it where it's like internally he's like has these like serial killer thoughts about like, oh, they bumped into me, I'm gonna kill them with my, what is it, the fucking letter opener or the paper cutter or whatever, and then he's like like looking at everyone around him and realizing how awkward they are, and then he has like internal commentary on that. So like there's a huge disconnect between his actions of like being a nice guy and his internal thoughts of like thinking he's, thinking he's a serial killer.
I'm mysterious. I'm dangerous. I have to be contained.
He's got the power of God and anime on his side.
It's
like
just,
he literally does the Megumine thing of like holding his hands like, no, I have to contain this.
Is he just like every 14-year-old after they saw the 2019 Joker movie?
Right.
We live in a society.
I'm so dark.
This happened to my buddy Eric once. But
This happened to my buddy Eric once.
I'm gonna call out Eric.
Shout out to Eric.
But yeah, I think it's like, I definitely understand the vibe it's going towards, of the like juxtaposition of him actually being a nice kid, but having these internal edgy serial killer thoughts. And I don't find it too entertaining just because I don't find that format of series entertaining, where it's like, constantly thinking like, look at this crazy shit going on, and then like internally narrating it. Like I've seen anime comedies that are kind of similar in that regard. So I'm not like super enthralled by it, but I do think it is slightly less creepy in context than what I saw out of screenshot context. Yeah. But it's also like, it is also still a pretty creepy start. So I think anyone who's like, this is fucking weird is valid.
This is gonna be a 6 out of 10-ish adaptation of a manga that I love very much.
Gotcha.
Especially because the manga has like, let's say great art. It's probably divisive. It's very sketchy with like thick lines and stuff like that, and it translates very poorly to like 1080 full color HD pictures with like, thin outlines and multiple like shading and stuff like that. The manga does not have any of that shit, and I love it for that. So I think the anime kind of looks bad. It doesn't look super good. Doesn't translate to animation very well. I would say read the manga.
Were you talking about Psyche-kun earlier? Were you kind of like alluding to Psyche-kun?
No, that's a good example actually, but like I actually like Psyche-kun from what I watched. I think I was thinking of another one. I forget the show because I probably dropped it, but it's kind of like that format where it's like dude internally is thinking like, what are they doing? And then like his actions are different. I feel it's tough to describe, but it's like, like you see the episode and you get the format and it feels very familiar to other comedies. It's just the quirk is that like, I guess instead of having other cringy thoughts, he's thinking of killing people, which is like, okay, that's don't come to school today.
That's worse.
Yeah, it's a very weird kind of approach.
Psyche-kun, more like Psycho-kun. Seriously.
Like,
let me find the
speaking more to the anime itself, like we talked about him a lot. The main girl Yamada is like she's like the pretty girl at school, and like she knows it, but she's not like a bitch about it in a way, right? She's like this gentle giant. She's way taller than everybody else.
This girl's like 6 feet tall for some reason.
Literally a professional model, stuff like that. So part of his obsession with her is that she's so out of his league.
And she's also kind of a weirdo, like in a cool way.
But that is also what we see, is that she's just kind of an airhead weirdo. She sneaks into the library to eat snacks between classes. And
that's in Masamune-kun's Revenge, and I hate that.
I forget everything about that show.
For some reason, I remember that, and I wish I didn't. Did you guys know they're bringing back Masamune-kun's Revenge?
More like
I want to fucking die.
No,
nobody asked for that.
You don't have to say much. Like, this is it.
Well, we didn't get his revenge.
Good shit.
That was also 2017, right?
That was. Why do you know everything from 2017?
Where's the thing? Where's the sound drop? No, the saxophone.
That's
Thank you.
That's not a saxophone.
It's not a saxophone. That's quite sad, actually. It's a saxophone.
What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, the
School shooter.
Can we mention that the guy jacks off to her?
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
end
so
of
fucked up.
Evangelion moment.
Well,
Jesus.
because he
Mushoku
like
Tensei
she
moment.
goes into class and it's like, I was in this magazine, I had a photo shoot, and then he's like, should probably go look at that. And then she's also in the bookstore, like signing the copies, even though no one asked her to. So she's just like ruining inventory.
Yeah.
Being a weirdo about it, trying to get people to notice her. 'Cause she's like proud to be in it. And then he buys a copy and takes it home, and it's like, welp.
Is it
That
is it
just
like one of those
happened.
implied jack off things, or does he
Yeah,
like
but
actually show?
there's a bunch of those. It's a very horny show.
Bex,
Yeah.
are you familiar with Rent a Girlfriend?
Yes, that was 2019, right?
No, 2020.
Fuck.
2017.
I only said that because
it's 2017, so I don't know.
I only asked because Rent a Girlfriend does have a scene where you actually see the guy jacking off.
Hell yeah.
That's sad.
Isn't it also?
It is very sad.
Very sad in context,
without
too.
nut. Am I right?
Please
Doesn't this
refer
also-
to the episode. Please refer to our summer 2020 retrospective, where I go on a long epic rant about that scene and how it's the most legendary scene in all of anime.
Doesn't it also have that manga panel where while he's drowning, he has a boner?
Later, I keep
That's
waiting
in
for
the
that.
manga.
Is that the one where they like
Oh,
homage
man.
the
I hate that. Never.
Nirvana album cover?
It's
or
gonna
am I thinking
take-
something else?
Intentional
I don't think that's what
homage,
it
but it's
is.
been edited
Oh.
so often that it's amazing because it's like, okay, I'm gonna watch that episode. Like, I've watched 3 episodes of Rent a Girlfriend from season 1. I haven't consumed anything else, but I will tune in for the adaptation of that
Yeah.
of that chapter.
Yeah, they have
That's
to
gonna
get
be
to that.
legendary. That's got to be number 1 on Mahou.
Starmid says that Yamada is 5'8", which I think is Japanese for 6'7".
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, I'm
Shaquille
5'9",
O'Neal.
so there we go.
Wow.
She's almost as tall as me. Wow.
Height reveal.
Yeah, height reveal, everybody.
Man-led Moss over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Solid 5'11".
Damn.
Me too.
6 foot, and it pisses me off. I wish I was just 6 foot.
Just say 6. No one can tell.
Yeah, sometimes people can tell though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not if they're
85
5'4".
fucking centimeters.
They can't see.
There we
anything.
go. I can't wait for people to hear that on an upcoming episode. It's gonna be great.
Which is ironic because Moss doesn't even know what 85 centimeters is.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, I do.
You don't know what a centimeter is? What's a centimeter?
Are you even familiar with the metric system, Mose? No, because you're a dumb American. That's why.
Why would you know the centimeter system?
Why did this get deflected on me? I'm the one who invented this meme. All right.
You
Well,
invented meme.
that's right. All right. Do we have anything else to say about the school shooter anime?
I was wondering if Maz likes the school shooter anime, despite dubbing it the school shooter anime.
I'm glad that this label stuck with it. Honestly,
I
hate that.
No, I don't really like it.
That's how you know it's too edgy. If Maz is not like, let's fucking go, then that's when I know it's gone too far.
But in the manga, it's not edgy for very long. Like, they really drag it out in the anime. I say read the manga.
I just find the whole anime to be kind of weird and awkward. That's about it.
It is.
Well, yeah, it's about middle schoolers jacking off. That's pretty.
Might be a bit too old for that
based.
one. Okay, I have a question for Panic. So what is the light at the end of the Edgelord tunnel? Like, what is the thing that makes it, like, good?
Is there an end game here?
Well, there is. I don't want to spoil the manga.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like,
I hope the end game is that the girl beats him up. That would be awesome.
Yeah, the end game is that she
He
shoots
goes
up
to
the school.
He's the school shooter all along.
She's the school shooter all along.
It's kill or be killed.
And then it becomes
it's
Mirai
really
Nikki.
cute.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Like, she's a fucking goofball, and he, like, softens up over time. It's just a nice rom-com. I don't know what
Oh,
to
she
say.
fixes him. Right. Okay. Cool.
Well, not really. But
Grooming.
he also they fix each other. Thanks.
They're like 12. How do they need fixing, you know? Like, what are you doing? How you broken? You just got
Well,
born.
one is a model, like a young model, so already broken.
She's like a 12-year-old.
That industry will
She's
fuck you
not
up.
actually 12. She's like 16.
And the other is a school shooter.
She's like she's like 16, but of course because it's anime, she looks like she's 25. There we go.
Yes, very. Well, they fix each other because she's like a weird sheltered model and he's a school shooter. So they fix each other.
I kind of want to sing that in the tune of like Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy, but like
Yes.
I don't know if I can do the syllables correctly. It would just
And they don't rhyme.
sweaty. Yeah. Can I make it more any more?
He was a
obvious?
school shooter boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
Like she was a girl,
He was a
school
shooter boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
A different song.
Good shit.
Great anime, honestly.
10 out of 10. Moving on. To another Yamada.
Yeah,
Speaking of
somehow there are like 3 shows with characters named Yamada this season, including a show called Yamada Level 999 or something. I don't know what this show's called.
I thought it was at first I thought it looked bad, but then I read the premise and other people recommended it, and I'm like, actually, this looks based.
Yeah, so same here. I did my seasonal preview, and I'm like, this show does not sound good at all. And now it has like a 7.9 on MyAnimeList, which is pretty respectable. And all my friends are like, this is the best show this season. So I tried watching it, and I got like 10 minutes into the first episode, and I wasn't paying attention at all because I was busy preparing stuff for this podcast, so I didn't give it a fair chance, so I'm not going to consider it dropped or anything. I'll just have to try again later. The only thing I can say is that this anime looks really fucking bright. Why does it look so bright?
It looks really good, in my opinion. Like, unnecessarily good considering what the premise is and how sort of generic seeming it is. But it is quite bright. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of it just looking like a dime a dozen like gamer romance type show, like 3D Calendar or something like that. I also kind of had that impression before going in it, and sort of felt like, okay, I don't have a need for another epic gamer romance, but it's surprisingly wholesome and surprisingly fun, and it looks fucking amazing. Like the directing is so good. It's the same director as like he did like Cardcaptor Sakura and
wait, the legend? Holy shit, he's a big deal.
Yeah, and you can fucking tell when watching the show, and that's sort of a weird thing. It's like incredibly well directed, despite just being kind of an unassuming premise. He also did Chihaya Furu.
He did Nana. Damn, this guy did.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, it's that guy. I know.
So
yes.
Yeah. So it's a very well directed show. Just visually, it looks sensational. But more surprisingly than that, the characters are just quite likable. Honestly, in terms of premise, there's not much to say. It's just this girl who started playing a video game because she was in a relationship with a guy who was really into it. But then they broke up, and she's kind of a wreck. So she just sort of tries to get another boyfriend and is still playing the game, and then meets this guy in an event, and they find out that they're in the same guild, and romantic shit ensues. It's very much like, wow, this is nothing, but I think in general the girl's just really likable, and that's why I like the show. She's kind of a mess, but
she's our mess.
It's an easy comparison to make because it's the same director and she looks like Chihaya, but she also kind of has Chihaya vibes, where she's like,
gotcha.
Like outwardly she's like this very pretty, refined girl, but she's kind of a mess and kind of an idiot, and
let's go.
I don't know, that just makes her very likable. So yeah, it's just in terms of premise, it doesn't have much going on, but it looks really good, and the protagonist is really likable, and that's sometimes enough.
Yeah. I'm sold. Also, the main guy is voiced by Uchiyama, who's like one of my favorite voice actors. If he's voicing a sleepy, grumpy character, I'm there.
Yes.
Especially if it's a rom-com. I'm there.
I'm not super big on the guy, but he's like what you described, like this sort of stoic, sleepy kind of... he's sort of a loner type, I guess. but like not in a edgy school shooter way.
He's not a school shooter.
He's
so
not
we
a
take
school
those
shooter.
dubs.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's sort of like that. But yeah, it's I mostly just really like her, and that's kind of carrying the show for me. And the fact that it just looks really good. But it's hard to describe really what makes it fun.
I think you did a good job. I'm sold. Let's go.
That sounds pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah, I guess I will
I'm a
try
peep.
it. That's peak anime.
Peak.
All right, so that's cool. I will give that a go. Some other time.
Yes, but better.
Yep.
Oh, Tutu.
Yeah, Tutu has like 3 sound bites.
Bring back
in this.
Tutu. I'm gonna let her know.
Shout out to Tutu.
Wow.
All right. Well, folks, I gotta tell you about something that's going on. I think that we have finally found the Mazcore anime to end all Mazcore anime. Like this is it. We've officially peaked.
Go, honestly.
Yeah. It's over. It's Ikuyover for everything else. They have found something that appeals to me so amazingly perfectly that I almost can't believe this exists. There is a show this season called Dead Mount Death Play.
Damn, that's a Maz title.
And it's about the corpse god necromancer.
Hell yeah.
That's a Maz title.
I do love me a necromancer.
Yeah, and also you love giant skeletons, Panic. Well, guess what?
Oh,
this guy's power is that he can transform into skeletons and control them or stuff like that. Like he's got a giant skeleton.
Corpse God? His name is Corpse God?
That's like the title he has, but basically, yes.
Oh
Corpse
my
Husband
god.
is in an anime?
No, Corpse Husband is in an anime. For what it's worth. I don't know if you knew this, but he actually has a voice role in something.
Oh my god.
I think I did know that.
Corpse Husband is a fucking man-child, though. He's dead. Because now we have the Corpse God instead. So this kind of starts off like the end of any Demon King isekai, where the legendary hero is fighting, he's here to vanquish the final boss, the Corpse God. And as he does so, the Corpse God casts a magic spell that then sends him hundreds, if not thousands of years into the future, where he ends up in modern-day Nihonji. And he's just kind of walking around as some random guy who also happens to have a slash wound on his throat. And he gets stopped by police because obviously he's not doing anything weird at all. And then some really hot girl shows up and is like, oh, hey, come with me. And then leads him into a back alley and is like really friendly with him. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's good to see you're doing all right. After I fucking killed you, I gotta do that again now. So then she just pulls out a crowbar and starts to try and murder him. And then they kind of get into a scuffle. And then he summons like a giant skeleton and impales her in the chest. And it's fucking awesome.
Sounds hot.
It's extremely hot.
Did she have a witch hat?
That's the only thing that could have made this show better. She does have a really cool jacket, though. I will post an image of her. She has this jacket that's
Is
like...
this the one with the collar?
Yes. So she has like this jacket that it looks like she's only wearing it on her forearm. Like it looks like it's literally falling off of her. And it's got like it's kind of cut up at the bottom, almost like it has wings or something. It's really weird and unique. And it has a chain attached to the back of her choker. It's super unique, and I love that, genuinely. Post a picture of
this
that.
is one with the shitty glasses.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I don't like this show, actually. No,
Go fuck yourself.
I just love seeing his slit throat. That's like not killing him, obviously, because it just reminds me of the Dead Man Wonderland opening with the best lyric of all time.
Of reason and reality.
That's like the best line I've heard in my life.
Yeah, the goat.
Like, I'm not like generally edgy core, but like when I hear something that's like the best edgy thing of all time, I'm like, yes, this is peak. This is why we live for these fucking dumb like lyrics that are so perfect.
So the thing that happens though is that this guy This guy kills this girl with his skeleton powers and stuff, but then he doesn't realize he didn't actually try to kill her.
School shooter anime.
He didn't actually try to kill her though. He's trying to preserve peace in this world because all he's ever really wanted is to see a world full of peace and stuff like that. So he impales the fucking shit out of this girl and is like, "Wait a minute, that killed her? No!" And then casts rebirth magic to bring her back to life. So now she walks around as a zombie, and she's just super psychotic and wants to kill people all the time. Basically, she's a yandere.
She's Yase Uno.
Yes.
So, funny enough, this show has a higher MAL score than the school shooter anime. So
Good.
It looks like the stocks are in on actual school shooting instead of implied school shooting.
Yeah. This guy's actually getting shit done. He just kills motherfuckers. I think that the intrigue of this show, I think where this is going to go overall, is that he's kind of becoming this vigilante who's going to take out bad guys and save people. Because in the second or third episode, whatever, he goes into a burning building and saves these kids with the help of the lost spirits in this building. Because he can communicate with the dead and the spirits that have lingered on. He can kind of feel them and feel their anguish, and so he can do whatever needs to be done so that they pass on into the next realm and stuff like that.
Huh. So it's like the new actual Light Yagami.
Yeah, basically, I guess. It's actually, I think the best comparison to this anime would be Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. That's what this show is like. No, I would say it's more like the Misfit of Demon King Academy because it's so ridiculous and over the top and edgy, and this guy has all the power to be the #1 most powerful evil man in the entire world. But at the end of the day, all he really wants is just for things to be chill and cool. But I love how unapologetically over the top it is. Like, everything about this anime is so extreme. The way they animate his, like, crazy death god powers, like all the skeletons and shit, like with the blown out coloring and the glitchy digital effects, it is seriously so freaking awesome. And then his voice will transform like they do to a layered voice where he's talking, but then there's like a deeper layer to the voice on top of that, and it just sounds awesome. And he's got like glowing eyes and everything's dark around him. Just aesthetically, this show is so my thing that I am completely in love with it. And again, it's about the corpse god necromancer who has a fucking yandere girlfriend. And I also didn't even mention that that this is a manga by the creator of Durarara and Bakano and Fate Strange Fake. So it's got some pedigree to it.
Good shit.
There you go.
Probably good shit.
We don't have to say much. Like, this is it.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. Like unironically, unapologetically anime of the season. Although I think, even though this is of course a very Maz core anime and that can turn off many people, the other thing this series does is it has these bits of self-awareness. Like it's fully aware of how ridiculous it is. And so it kind of makes fun of itself a lot of the time. Like I said, in the first episode, or the second episode rather, after he kills the girl, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I didn't know stabbing her through the chest would kill her. Wow, people in this realm are really weak." So they have like this very toned down, chibi-like animation where he doesn't believe that he actually killed her. So he's like, "Come on, wake up." He like grabs her by the leg and starts shaking her around like, you're just playing, right? You're not actually dead, right? It has lots of moments like that where it's just goofy and comedic. So it is ridiculously edgy, but it's aware of it and it plays into that a lot, but also makes fun of itself. So I think people who are less unhinged than me can also enjoy this anime.
I love how ecstatic you are talking about this.
This is legit the most fun I've had watching it.
You've been like, You've been like normal mode.
I've been suffering through my sickness.
Like a twinkle in your eye, and it's great.
Yeah, I've been suffering this entire time because I'm so congested most of the time. But this anime has cured me. This is seriously like the most fun I've had watching anything. Well, okay, Bocchi the Rock was only a few months ago, but besides that, this is the most fun I've been having with a new thing in a while.
On one hand, I'm absolutely ready to be on board with your excitement. On the other hand, last time I heard you this excited was about Spy Classroom.
See, you know what? You're entirely right. But the thing is, I like Spy Classroom for all of the wrong reasons. This I love for all the right reasons. Although I'm glad you mentioned that because Spy Classroom turned out to be split core, so it's going to come back next season. I just dropped connection for a second, but it's going to be fine because the MP3 will be okay. And the other thing is that Spy Classroom is a split core. This anime is also a split core. It's going to get a second season in fall. I am just winning with the split cores this year. I don't know how that happened. So yeah, great anime, 10 out of 10. Any questions?
I think you answered all my questions.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to another Mazcore anime, but in a much different way. This anime is called Kawaisugi Crisis, which is about an alien race that is descending upon Earth, and they think that it's a good idea to wipe out Earth because they don't give a shit whatsoever. But before they do that, they think, well, maybe we should look at this one planet and see if there's anything useful on it. Maybe there's a reason to not completely destroy the planet. So this alien girl, who's like the leader of the team or whatever, she descends on the planet. She's walking around. She's like, this place is disgusting. Look at all these unintelligent life forms walking around with their fucking garbage food, their terrible infrastructure, all this fucking shit. This planet, we should just eliminate it right now. Kill everybody. And then she goes someone instructs her to go somewhere to get some food. It's like, oh, what's the cuisine like? She's like, okay. She goes into the first building she sees, which is a cat cafe. So she enters the room with the cats, sees a cat one time, and sees that Earth is a beautiful planet and that it is completely worth saving because cats are wonderful. And that's the show. It's a show about an alien meeting a bunch of small animals and cute pets and being so completely enamored with them that she can't think of anything other than how adorable they are.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I be honest? Yep. Visually, the show looks kind of bad. Just going from the screenshot.
You're not wrong. They just kind of drew it and then
kind of there. Yeah.
It's there. A 2-pack of ass.
It's not the worst show. Maybe it's the worst looking show out of all the stuff I've seen, though.
So beyond that premise, what happens? Is it just her chilling with cats?
Not specifically. At first, it is just cats, but then as the show goes along, she meets more animals. So she's kind of chilling in this cat cafe for a long time. She tells the people who run it that she's an alien, and they have no reason but to believe her. So then they kind of invite her to their house, and then they've got dogs. And she's like, oh my god, what is that? That's the most adorable. That's also the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Like, she sees a Shiba. Or whatever the dog is. The thing in Bex's avatar. She sees that. Right. And she's like, oh, that's amazing. But then she sees a big golden retriever, and she's like, how is that also a dog? That's so amazing. How is it so big? There's no reason for it to be that big, but that's adorable. That's awesome. And it's just, yeah.
That's how I feel about dogs. Like, wow, what a big dog.
It's a big dog.
Yeah. It's just someone being very fascinated by pets, and it has lots of humor like that, where it's just like, why are these things like this? Why are cats so great?
To be fair, animals, pretty interesting, fascinating creatures.
Animals, pretty cool.
Pretty based.
Pretty based, like TBH. That. Oh, actually, the most based thing is that I think in episode 1, she's kind of walking down the street with the cat cafe owners. They come across a box with a free cat in it, and it's just been this abandoned, mistreated cat. And they're like, oh yeah, this sort of thing happens a lot. People just, don't take care of their pets and then drop them off somewhere. So she uses her alien technology to track down where the pet owners live and fucking kills them.
Up. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go.
I see how it is. A kid talks about wanting to kill people. That's cringe. In real life.
I have more sympathy for these pets than I do their people.
Yeah, exactly. She has a good reason for killing these people. Yeah, she's just like, computer, track down the owner of this pet. And she's like, okay, location triangulated, and then just like nukes their fucking house. Just like drops a massive beam of lightning on them.
She's done nothing
beat up the cats. They're just giving them away.
They mistreated the cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kicked them.
That's a dick move.
That is a dick move.
That's a pretty dick move. Hurting animals, not cool.
Yeah, don't do that. If you do,
I guess the animal have it coming.
I will kill you.
Is it a dolphin? Dolphins are assholes.
Dolphins are cool.
What do you have against dolphins?
Dolphins are fucking cringe.
The dolphins
you're fucking cringe.
Is that what?
I've never thought I'd ever hear dolphins are cringe.
They know what they did.
Damn.
I don't know what they did. I wish you would.
Wow.
Sorry, my internet is cutting in and out, so I did not hear the last 30 seconds.
Oh,
Were you talking about me?
No, just dolphins.
Okay.
You'd say only.
All right, let's move on to something else. This was on my plan to watch, and I did not have time to watch it, but fortunately, Whoops is here to talk about Otonari no Ginja. And I fucking immediately cut out.
But do I need to hang on, or do I need to?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, the reason I want to talk about the show.
God fucking damn it.
Who lives alone with his siblings after his parents die, and he gets a new assistant who is this really sort of fancy, reserved, pretty girl, I guess. And they sort of hit it off, and that's all fine and dandy. And then she falls over, and she has a needle sticking out of her ass, and he touches
what?
That escalated
kind of. I was gonna say.
Yes. So that's 15 minutes into the first episode. He touches the needle, and then he sees into the galaxy. And then she admits, she says "You touched my needle. I am an alien princess, and you have touched my needle, which means we are now engaged, and we can't be more than 2 streets apart, or else you will get sick. And we are now married, and we have to live together."
That's a very unhealthy relationship.
Yeah. This is toxic. Yeah.
It's fucking wild. So she's like, "I'm an alien princess, and we are now married." And the dude, and this legitimately happens in the show, he's like, "What the fuck? You're a princess?" Which is not the fucking most notable part about that sentence. But that's legitimately his first reaction. She's...
What the fuck?
Urusei Yatsura was coming back and wanted to get in on this.
Gone again. But yeah, so that's funny. He's like, "What the fuck, you're a princess?" And then they're married, so that's kind of the weird premise. And after that, it's just kind of a wholesome show about them living together and kind of hitting it off. And they have a weird, sort of nice chemistry, and they live with these kids who are also pretty fun. And it's just like a family type sort of...
They live with kids? Where do they get the kids?
They are his siblings.
Oh, okay.
So he's 20 and the kids are 6 and 8 or something. But it's
destroy the child, corrupt them all.
Sorry, continue.
Destroy the child.
But yeah. So aside from that weird little anomaly in the first episode, after that, it's just kind of a decently wholesome family type show, kind of not too dissimilar to Usagi Drop or something like that. Them living together and living with these kids and just hanging out in this dorm, and it's kind of nice, but the premise is still really weird, and I'm not sure why it's like that, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mostly just wanted to talk about it because of the insane twist in the first episode where just out of nowhere it becomes this weird supernatural I'm an alien thing.
Right, so she's an alien. Where does it rank on the top 25 sci-fi anime of all time?
It's at 25, definitely.
Is it higher than Kawaisugi Crisis?
Yeah, definitely.
Huh.
There's no, I have not seen Kawaisugi Crisis, but yeah, it's weirdly nice, and the premise is weird, but it doesn't have that much bearing on the show. It's mostly just them kind of chilling, and he's really likable, and she's really likable, and the kids are really likable, and that's kind of it.
I do notice a lot of the I feel like the new trend is like the new, I guess not exactly new, but it's very like found families where it's like now we are a family and we got the kids and we're raising them. So I feel like that's kind of in line with like what we're seeing with Spy Family and like buddy daddies and stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of in the ballpark, yeah, but it's also just very much like an adult romance, which is kind of nice. I do think it's sort of like the romance without all the drama, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's nice. Probably like one of those shows you watch seasonally and enjoy every week, and then 1 week later after it's finished, you forget that it exists. But
I mean, you got me intrigued when I'm looking at the promo pictures of it, and it looks really boring. I had a much more like fun and colorful image in my mind. This just looks like people.
They are just people, yeah. But it's pretty nice. It's chill, which is sometimes just I like that. It's just chill and it's wholesome and it's kind of fun. You're not gonna miss out by not watching it, but if it's your thing, then you can at least check it out for one episode.
That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
I think I will do that. Eventually, I will totally do that.
And to watch.
Fully convinced.
The joke is that I don't do this until like 3 years later when I remember to do this. Or finally clear the rest of my on-hold list.
Same.
Pretty cool.
Same.
Pretty cool, though.
Food. Pretty well.
I'll say pretty cool.
All right. Here's the last of the new shows, the non-sequels for this season. And this is yet again another potential Mazcore anime. It's something called Mahou Shoujo Magical Destroyers. Which,
this is the one with the cool opening.
This has the coolest opening that I have seen since probably Joshi Kosei. That was all the way back in 2019. It has been a long time since I've seen an opening that I like really, really love.
Is this the one with the funny with the one funny screenshot everybody shares?
Oh shit. Oh fuck, I'm dying.
You know.
I do know. This is the real Oshi no Ko because the girl says she's going to get pregnant. That's what you're talking about. I don't know the
context of that. Like, were they kissing?
They like hold hands or something. It's dumb.
Bro, does anyone else hand holding is lewd?
Yo, let's go. So, this show...
This really is 2017 all over again.
This show is about, in like 2009 or so, someone decides to bomb all of Akihabara because otaku are bad and shit and deserve to be imprisoned for their crimes, for just being total losers. So all cases of anime and figurines and waifu body pillows, all that good stuff, it gets confiscated. It gets taken away by these men in suits who have like these television heads with the kind of like, I don't know, weird kitty face text on top of them or something like that. And anyone who was found to be an anime fan at any point in their entire life, fucking jail. You have no human rights ever again.
It's as it should be.
It's like this government mandated sort of thing where they call it the Otaku Protection Program or something like that. But the otaku themselves, they're like, there are some that are able to escape and survive out on their own. So there's a very small resistance group who are trying to fight back.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
And take back
85 fucking centimeters.
And take back anime for themselves. And so that's what this anime is about. What?
This is like when you have those people who are like, maybe this anime is kind of weird, and then these people are like tourists, normies, gatekept. This is following them who think that anime is literally like taken away from them.
Did Maz see Vlad Love's opening? Yes, I know what you're talking about. The one with like the gothic metal power metal band. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I didn't love it as much as this one though. That was okay. So anyway, yeah, it's about these this guy named the Otaku Hero. He has these magical girls alongside of him who are actual magical girls for whatever reason, and yeah, they fight against this army that is trying to defeat all the otaku or something like that. And that's what this anime is about so far. And it's about, you know, trying to bring back otaku culture and try to revive Akihabara, which is kind of an absurd premise that sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it could be, you know, really zany and weird, but for so far it's been very episodic and not much has happened. And I'm kind of disappointed by that, because again, the first thing I really saw from this anime was the opening, and it is so insane and just like out there that I really wanted to believe this show is like onto something crazy. And even some of the promotional videos that were posted for this anime were like really weird and experimental, and I thought that that's what this was going to be, because this is an original series as well, and by some kind of like weird creator. Like the writer of this anime has done lots of like weird kind of internet stuff. I don't know, it's very strange. Like he hasn't really worked in anime before, but he's kind of been around making some weird stuff. But so far this anime has not really done a whole lot. So far it's basically been an episodic magical girl battle show where where stuff happens and nothing really makes any sense, but not in like the confusing abstract way. It's just like stuff happens and then that's it. And I don't know. So I'm honestly kind of disappointed. This show has been kind of mid so far, and I'm like, there's no way a show that has so much weird stuff, like so much going for it. Like it really is creative in a lot of aspects, but it's not really leaning anywhere. It's not really doing anything so far. So I don't know, maybe it's hiding something. Maybe it'll get more crazy and weird later on. Hopefully it'll live up to the hype that I have for it, but so far
It's just shit.
maybe it will be just shit, but but I don't want it to be shit, Panic. I want to like this show.
Sorry, bro. I don't make the rules. It's shit. Looks like it's shit.
Sometimes it really do be that way.
It's just one of those days.
Sometimes nothing worse than when a show seems like, you know, there's a lot of batshit stuff going on, but then it's still boring, which seems impossible. But I don't know. If it doesn't get better, I will watch the opening, call it peak, and then
the opening will still be
out.
peak no matter what. It still has that going for it.
I will defer to you for my opinions on the show. Just mail them out. So
yeah,
Moz, copy paste.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff in the show just like doesn't make any sense. Like, how did the Resistance even form? Why is the main character the otaku hero, and why does everyone trust him so much? Where did these magical girls come from? And like everything about it, like nothing about it makes any sense. And it doesn't really necessarily have to, but at least do something really cool and interesting and like super out there. So far, a lot of the show has just been like whatever. There's one magical girl whose character is literally just darkness from Konosuba. That's it.
Based. Oh, well, here we go.
Yeah, okay. Now suddenly Panic likes it.
I'm on board.
Yeah, she like anything that happens, she takes in a lewd context. Anytime she's hit, she moans seductively and stuff like that. And then there's the pink magical girl in the gas mask who's like
me for real.
who's constantly on drugs. Because she's a magical girl, but she takes drugs. Isn't that really edgy and crazy?
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get what they're going for, but that's about it.
I don't. What are they going for?
Bocce the Coke.
Yeah.
That was very non-reaction.
That's okay.
Carbaggio!
That embodies what the show is like. It's very non-reactionary. It just kind of exists so far. So hopefully it'll pick up later on. But that's it. So yeah. Now we're going to get into sequels, I guess, because that was all of the new stuff. So there's a new season of The Witch from Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah.
There sure is.
There absolutely is. I haven't finished the first season yet, but I know what happens because no one on the internet can keep their fucking mouths shut. So the moment that episode came out, the moment the last episode came out, everyone I fucking know posted screen caps of what happens at the end. So I don't need to watch the first season.
I'm kind of confused. What is this show?
The Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury.
Is this an alternate timeline, or is this Universal Century? Or does anyone know?
I don't think we know enough to
fuck
answer
that
that.
means.
We do not know.
I think another timeline because no one is telling us to watch other stuff beforehand. But it's essentially Utena Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it real quick.
So I guess you could say this is like the spiritual successor to Iron-Blooded Orphans. You know, it's a
okay. Yeah, Iron-Blooded Orphans was a alternate timeline.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna assume that's what this is as well.
Yeah, because I'm not knowledgeable enough to understand your questions, but yeah, sure. But no one's yelling at people to watch what they have to watch before this, so I'm guessing alternate timeline.
I believe this show came about.
Chat has confirmed it is alternate timeline because it's a totally standalone thing where it's about characters. It's about this one girl who's from Mercury and she goes into the Gundam school in which planet is it?
It is a world where Gundams are outlawed because they suck your life energy. You die if you pilot them. So they're like,
that sounds awesome.
You die in the Gundam, you die in the real life.
Yes.
But she does not. She has a Gundam, and she's been told all her life it's not a Gundam, because her mom is like the king of gaslighting. That's like a major theme in the whole thing. The mom is just a...
Well, the thing about like mobile suits, right? At least the Gundams, they look pretty distinct. I mean, they obviously have different variations throughout series, but like an RX when you fucking see it.
But this is a generation where Gundams have not existed for like many, many, many years. So she just has a mobile suit, and she's been led to believe it's just a special mobile suit.
Is it like slowly killing her? Is that what's going on here?
That's the thing, and that's why no one else thinks it's a Gundam.
Oh, is she a new type?
Trying. I don't know what this means, Bex.
Okay. all right.
What's a? I thought new type was a meme.
No.
Oh, I guess it is. That's a reference. Damn. I thought that was just. Damn.
We're so fucking stupid.
You know more about the show than we do. You've seen all of Gundam?
I've seen most of Gundam.
Damn.
Most Gundam series. The thing is like every Gundam series will have like its own set of tropes that they like to come back to. I'm going to ask a question that no one here, at least in the call, probably knows. Does this show have a Char clone?
I don't think so, actually. I do know who Char
so
is.
It doesn't have its own universal Char?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Is Char a person?
Yeah, that's a person.
Char
that's the blonde guy.
Yes.
Is this how like Sid is in every Final Fantasy?
Kind of, yeah.
He's like the guy who like Ryan
universe will have its own kind of Char clone. Usually, it's an antagonist.
Hey, do you remember the meme of the guy that says, "I came here to laugh at you"?
That is Char. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good meme.
I
love that.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
Vaguely.
Is that him too? I think that's him.
I believe that is Char. Yeah.
This show came about because the owners of Gundam, is that Namco? Yeah, Bandai Namco. They did some kind of poll and found out that young people have no fucking idea what Gundam is. So they made a Gundam featuring high schoolers, set in high school, and it's a huge success.
And also the main characters are both female, which is both the first for Gundam, and also both gay.
My God, these bitches are gay.
Good for them.
Good for them.
They really were like, let's do the Utena. Like, it's so obviously Utena, like they even have the high school battles for the top spot to be her bride.
Right.
Like it's like there's a lot of very obvious like this is an Utena reference.
Oh, Shaw, did you remember? Have you heard our fall like impressions when I talked about this?
No, I don't think so because
Okay.
I haven't seen the show, so I didn't see that section.
Oh, you haven't seen it at all, so you probably
Well, I've
wouldn't
seen a couple
understand.
episodes, but it was afterwards.
Because I said that this show is just the Asterisk War.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It has like the same format as the
not
Asterisk War and all those other light novel battle.
So is it,
harem,
so it's like a
magic high school
battle
shows.
high school show,
Yes.
but now it's like
Yeah.
it's a Gundam show.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
No, that sounds
Question about the.
awful.
No, it's great. Question. It's also about capitalism. Question
Oh,
about the Shark clone
You've piqued
thing.
my interest.
What do you have to do to be a Shark clone? You just have to look like
good
Shark?
question.
Okay, let me. Yeah, well, shark clones tend
Because
to
the
wear a
mom
mask
kind of
of
has
some
a helmet
sort.
and sort of looks like Char in that regard.
Shark
Prospera is her
clones.
name. She's wearing.
So
a
let me
goofy-
post
Oh,
a picture
interesting.
of shark clones from other Gundam series. I'm gonna post it in the chat. Is it in the Junie Tyson?
think-
chat? So this is a bunch
Char
of different
ass
shark
label.
clones in a
Right.
bunch of different universes.
They're all
Um,
masked in some way.
yes, a lot of them.
Oh,
Are, yes.
so that must be
the
it,
mom
that
does
mentioned.
have the mask like this.
Then yeah, I think the mom is the Shark clone of
Like
this.
the sil- like the
Oh,
silver
the Char's
one.
a lady now. Oh, that's surprising. They've gone woke. Oh no. Oh, it's crazy that Mobile Suit Gundam of all series has finally gone woke. They really have ran out of ideas. The show famous for being anti-war is now gone woke. Crazy.
And now it's
Um,
about fighting capitalism by starting their own company and.
I'm not
being
gonna lie, that
capitalist.
mask kind of sucks ass. I'm not gonna
I'm gonna.
lie. That
Can I
It's
have a
not
hot
great.
take? May I hot take it? I don't like
Yes.
the character designs for this show. I think their hair looks.
Okay, I want to see the
ass-
character design.
Oh my
for this.
fucking god! I like some of most of them.
G-Witch
The hair.
character
Well, like
designs.
if they even the gift that Maz has, like her, what the fuck is her hair? Let's just be real for a second.
You
Is
don't
it a
like you don't
bob
like
cut
her
that doesn't
crazy
get that-
talon hair.
No, I'm like so confused
okay.
by like it's
the-
like
the
kind
weird,
of a
like,
bob.
long. Yeah,
And
it's
the other
bob and
girl's
goes
hair, of
long in the
course.
back. It's a
I
mullet.
kind of disagree. I kind of like these character designs. They're wild. They all have
They're
They're
weird.
very weird.
It's a
A lot of
bob
this
cut
reminds me
mullet.
of fuck. What was that other Gundam series that came out like 2013? What was it called? It was actually directed by Tomino, and it's the wildest shit ever. What is it called? Fuck. Why don't I know this? I'm so sorry for not knowing this. I should know this. What's it called? Let me just look it up. Oh, G-Reco. Right. Okay.
Oh.
No, yeah, G-Reco. It kind of reminds me of G-Reco design.
I just can't.
Lego.
It's so weird. It's like they want to have long hair, but then they also have short hair, and then I just don't. It's so
They're
aesthetically
like white
confusing.
shoes. White
I just
shoes.
don't like it. But I think it's definitely unique, so bonus points. But I don't like looking at it, respectfully.
That's fine.
But I do
I
respect.
kind of like looking at this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Awesome
it's definitely
fire
kooky.
character designs. I like.
Silly character design.
Okay, the
Main
girl with the
character's
Mickey Mouse
Violetta.
ears is good. The Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
ears is good.
Okay.
Choo
So
Choo?
here are character designs from G-Reco, and they look really similar to. They kind of remind me a lot of this.
Oh, those look a lot
I
better
need
to
this
me.
post.
Those look great. Those look good.
Yeah.
G-Reco looks crazy good, actually. It's one of those
Okay.
shows that came out in the 2010s, but actually looks like it came out in like the 1970s
Stiletta-
because it actually has the film grain to it. And I was like, oh, this is kind of
Ooh.
cool.
Letta
I
Mercury
love that.
kind of looks like an anthropomorphized like bear cub.
Oh my
She
gosh.
has, like, this-
The girl with
It's
the
really-
twin tails looks like that one Pokemon or whatever with the hammer. Am I
Yeah.
am I speaking gibberish?
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
No,
which
that
one.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I like the Mickey Mouse girl. She looks good.
there's a lot
I
of
don't
good
know if I
characters.
agree that she looks like Tinkaton, but I kind of see it.
But you get the vibe.
Yeah.
I like
And
oh,
she,
I really
and she
like
also
everyone-
punches people. Like she sucker punches someone at some point. It's pretty great.
I think I just don't like the main two designs. I think that's the hair that really gets me. I don't understand it.
I actually really like the hair. I think we're gonna agree to disagree on this. I
That
like
is
this.
fair.
Now I'm gonna watch this show because I like the character designs.
It's pretty
You know what these
cool.
you know what these uniforms remind me of is Darling in the Franxx a little bit.
No.
Yeah. Oh god. No, the
No.
show sucks now. I can't watch this.
Not Darling
Even
in the
some
Franxx
Gundam.
influencing Gundam.
But I mean, Darling in the Franxx wasn't bad because of the uniform.
Well, Darling in the Franxx is the My Hero Academia of mecha anime, in that it invented everything.
What does that
True.
even mean?
It invented gay people.
Nobody knows what it means, but that's why it's provocative.
That's why it's provocative.
Panic, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, shut up, Panic.
Anyway, it's pretty good.
It's yeah. This was not at all a discussion about season 2. That was just a general discussion about Witch from Mercury, but that's fine.
And it kind of does the expected thing of being like, oh, this is like a fresh new take, blah blah blah. It's
Oh, can I ask, are the mechs CG or hand drawn?
hand drawn.
Ooh.
I think. Pretty sure.
Okay.
I think they were. I think that was a thing.
Probably. I mean, it's Sunrise. So it's typical Gundam.
Gundam series have CG mechs. Some of them are hand drawn. It kind of depends on the series a lot of the time.
If they're CG, then I didn't notice.
Is it my face?
Jigokuraku had CG. I don't know if Iron Blooded Orphans had hand drawn ones, so I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, as I was saying.
Oh, I don't know if I like the mobile suit
fucking
designs
damn it.
on this one.
This is incredible.
God.
I'm just gonna leave.
These kind of suck.
Oh. No, never mind. Go on. Go ahead.
Are we good?
Do we move on?
Move on.
Okay.
I don't care anymore. Move on.
All right. Next up is Panic's favorite show. It's Birdie Wing, Golf Girls Story.
Is this the golf show?
You've heard of lesbians in space. Now it's lesbians in golf. There we go. It's a very, I don't even know how to describe it. I think Smurf has described it as it's turned full soap, which is right, because it's gone from like very unrealistic
like soap opera.
Soap opera, yeah.
Okay.
Where it used to be just like epic golf showdowns with like magic powers, kind of like they all have names.
Well, how can you not be dramatic about golf?
Makes no
like
fucking sense.
Romantic about baseball, yeah.
They're like, oh, here it comes, my special move, blue bullet, and then they just like fire it 3,000 feet with pinpoint accuracy, and now it's turned into, I'm actually your sister. I'm actually your mom. That's all it is now. Like at the very beginning, it takes place very beginning in like not France, and this Japanese player comes there and is infatuated with the main character, whose name I have forgotten. It's like Evangeline, something like that. Yes. And then they like play for a bit, and because for some reason Eve is like connected to the mafia, like she has some kind of weird
Golf
reason.
mafia.
Like she's playing underground like death golf.
That's true.
And she somehow gets out of it and escapes to Japan, and now it's gone soap opera.
Yeah, that's sort of the weird part. In season 1, it's like about her being like in the golf mafia and like ruining people's lives by playing golf for the mafia and stealing all their money or something. And then in the second season, she flies over to Japan and just sort of chills and plays actual normal golf. But then,
reconnect with the extremely gay Japanese.
Extremely gay.
She's so thirsty. It's insane. But in the meantime, they kind of reconnect with VR golf. Like they meet up in PlayStation chat, and then she goes to her golf school, and now they're like a team. And everybody's revealing who they're really related to.
It sounds stupid. And in many ways, it is stupid, but it's also like just fun.
It's really fun,
and not even like ironically fun, like actually just fun.
It's soap operas are fun. I would like a proper golf anime. Like there was that one OVA, like
that one was very good.
That was very nice. I was like, yes, more of that. So I was excited to start this.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, it's just magic. They just use superpowers.
Yeah, it's
they,
not
they
going to be something
channel
new.
their forefathers to like see the path of the ball. It's fucking crazy.
It's not something you watch for the sports necessarily.
Not
Yeah,
for
the
the love of
OVA.
the game.
The OVA we're talking about is Sororo Utility, which was really nice. Watch that if you want a golf anime, even if it's only a 1 episode OVA.
That's pretty.
But yeah,
good. I would like more of that. Made by Doga Kobo, preferably. They make very good like niche slice of life shows.
True.
Yeah, not really much more to say about that. It's nuts and it's fun. That's kind of it. Moz said to talk about Ranking of Kings now. He forgot to put it on the list.
Oh,
But
I'm
Moz
not
is still away.
Show them.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh
or he
my
doesn't
God.
think it's a real show because it's not really. It's not connect. Well, let me start over. It's all new stuff. It's like all made up.
Oh, like anime
Is this
original?
not a season 2 of?
It's not really season 2. It's like little vignettes taking place in between the episodes of the first season.
Like it's
But they're,
slice
like,
of
full
life
length?
thing itself.
Kind of, yes. Like remember
Life
when
is not
Slime Isekai had that second show called Slime Diaries?
Yes.
I loved that show because that was like all little side stories in between the main action.
Yeah.
Isn't that also like? Isn't there like a sequel coming out for Horimiya, which is kind of like that? Like all the sort of the bits that didn't make the anime, but then the Ousama ranking thing is like that, but non-manga related.
Yeah, but this isn't stuff that didn't make the anime. This is stuff that didn't exist. Like this is
It's
all
the anime
made
original
up.
slice of life
Right. This is all anime
This is the
original.
Ousama ranking filler.
Yeah.
Right. Which honestly, I would love this for more shows. Like you have the main story, whatever, all kinds of weird dramas happening, but then like as little side story anime of all the like just people hanging out in between. I would love that for more shows.
I do always want like slice of life spin-offs for shows that I'm like super invested in and would be 100% down with like just the characters chilling.
Like imagine if they did that for Steins Gate.
Good thing we have essentially something like that.
It's called Steins Gate Zero.
We also have the
but everybody was
ads
sad.
that
Yeah,
are
the IBM ads.
Everybody was fucking depressed in Steins Gate Zero.
I keep wanting Trigger to do like the Pro Mare slice of life spin-off of them like putting out fires and eating pizza.
Yeah.
Like I would be so down with that.
Fuck yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I would be down with that, and I have to catch up on season 1 of Ousama ranking, but if I like it, and then I'm like, yo, I want more of this, I'd be like, yes, this is a good call.
I fucking loved Ousama ranking. Like best OP of that year.
That second one hit.
Fucking A, that is so good.
I like that guy. What's his name?
OP too. There's many guys.
The one guy who's like been making all the really good OPs though, including that one.
Oh, Vauncey?
Yeah, I think Vauncey. No, I think that's the artist. This is the director who did like the JJK opening, and then he did the Chainsaw Man opening, and he did that one.
No idea who directs.
I'm gonna look him up. He did an interview on Crunchyroll, and it was like really interesting. I'm gonna look him up.
You mean no, it's not Shingo Yamada, but it's also Yamada, right?
I think that's his name. Yeah.
Oh my god, another Yamada.
But no, it's not Shingo Yamada, right?
Many Yamadas.
I think that's his name. I don't know. It's Shingo something. Opening.
Shingo to the polls.
Where is it? What's his name? Damn it! Tell me. I wish it was easier to search.
Probably
for these things.
people screaming at the screen right now.
Ousama ranking. OP director.
Shingo Yamashita.
Shingo Yamashita. There you go. Good timing. Yeah, that guy. I like him. Yeah, bring him back.
Mashita?
Yes.
Shingo Kamimashita.
Yeah, he did the opening for Heavenly Delusion or whatever. I got to see that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just watch his openings and then call it a day.
So anyway, each episode is like 2 little 10-minute stories, each focusing on like a character. So in the first one, Kage, the little shadow guy, goes to get a special mushroom or something, and it's all about his venture into the forest to get that. this most recent one has like a 10-minute thing about healing and what she did after she got banished from the castle. Because like there's no context in the main show of like what happened after that, so now we get to see it. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I love healing. I need more of her. She's like,
wait, you love healing? I never knew this. No,
you
you've
never
really
me.
shown.
I have never
expressed
once.
love for her.
I've never once told anybody. But yeah, I
Big
love
secret.
healing.
No wonder why he loves Hillary after saying "go to the polls."
No wonder he wants to go to the polls. Like Jesus.
I'm
Hopefully
so
we get some more
fucking
with-
tired.
We have been plotting for.
I would love it if we got some more with like Desha, the big underworld king guy. Fucking love that guy. Yeah, pretty good show.
Ousama ranking.
Pretty
is
good little offshoot.
See, now Ousama ranking looks visually like very nice. I like how that
Yeah.
looks.
Yes.
Despite having never seen it. I've seen the screenshots, I've seen the Sakuga clips.
It has incredible style and
They were
direction.
cooking on that, bro.
Just beautiful.
Oh man.
Man.
Attack on Titan
Man.
left Studio Wit for this, so they can make
Good.
Ousama ranking instead.
Good.
What a wonderful
Good.
world. And now, speaking of a wonderful world, here is a wonderful world of Stone. It's Dr. Stone, season something. Dr. Stone is back. It's a new season of Dr. Stone. Does anyone have any questions?
Man, fuck Dr. Stone.
What?
Oh, Jesus.
What's your deal with Dr. Stone, buddy?
Like shit.
Because he...
Exactly. Like, what are we doing here?
No, it's because the artist keeps drawing these horrible covers for other manga.
Oh,
like the one he did
I am
for,
pretty sure.
Dragon Ball.
I'm pretty sure I started a whole flame war on the Discord because I posted some. Oh, someone posted something that had nothing to do with Dr. Stone, but I said it looked like a Dr. Stone character, and people got really offended. People were like really upset that I said that.
Super wide set eyes. Is that why?
I don't remember what the context was. I just remember mentioning Dr. Stone once, and people got pissed.
And also, Dr. Stone reinvents capitalism. Like, he's
that's not very woke. That's
he's canonically the villain of the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking the whatever it's called, like anarchist guy from season 1 was right all along. What was his name? Like the big caveman.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
It would be really easy for me to look this up, but I'm just rocking in my chair, sitting comfortably.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's Dr. Stone, so like, who gives a shit at this point?
Yeah. I feel like no one in the history of Dr. Stone's existence has ever really like been a huge stan of it. Like, you don't know Dr. Stone stans who like go hard for it. So
out of all the Shonen Jump properties, this is the one show you never hear anybody saying, "Yo, this is the best manga of all time."
Over Dr. Stone, which is guess is good.
Yeah.
I guess Moz did. You said it in you just said a comparison, and people were like, "No, not our series. Don't do that."
Okay, so like this show is watched by a lot of people, right?
Yes.
I think so.
Is Crunchyroll or whoever's showing the show like pushing this show hard?
Yes.
I think they do a bit.
Okay, because
I went
to SakuraCon this year, right? And they give you lanyards for your name tag, right? They gave me a fucking Dr. Stone lanyard, and I made sure to replace it with the Faku one because I'm like, I'm not wearing a fucking Dr. Stone lanyard. I don't give a shit about Dr. Stone. Fuck off.
I always feel bad because like Dr. Stone, I think has a really cool premise, but I really can't like be bothered to really get like into it and like go out of my way and watch it, even though I'm like, you know what, I think I should like this, but then I just haven't caught up. And I feel like that's kind of everyone where we're like, you know what, kind of okay. I will just passively experience this. Except for Bex being like, no, new lanyard, fuck this.
Dr. Stone is a very, very okay series. It's plenty enjoyable. I enjoy watching it because it's cool to watch characters do stuff. And it's like every...
You could say that about every show.
Well, the thing is, Dr. Stone...
confirm.
Dr. Stone is very practical in what it does, so it will set up a particular objective. Senku will be like, oh, we're going to build this crazy, ambitious thing. we're
capitalism.
We're going to build a hot air balloon. That's how we're going to do stuff from now on.
That's crazy.
And it seems impossible with the primitive technology that they have. And so in order to build a hot air balloon, there has to be all of these small little steps that have to be completed first. So it's like kind of...
Why is it that every time I hear about Dr. Stone, I think about like Mr. Beast videos or some shit?
I don't know.
Wait, that's a good
Why do you think
comparison.
about
I can
that?
see that. That's actually an apt comparison.
Why is this an apt comparison? I don't get it. What?
Because it's like that's kind of like what Mr. Beast videos are like, where it's like who can keep their hand on the car for 24 hours.
What does that have to do with building? I was talking about building a fucking hot air balloon.
College grant money for that, and it's like, what the fuck?
What are you guys talking about? Are you okay? Are you Dr. Stoned?
I've literally never watched a.
Are you
a
on
Mr. Beast video in my life,
marijuana?
but I just assume that's what it is.
Are you on crack?
I kind of love this new headcanon. Like, yes, the Dr. Stone is the Mr. Beast of anime.
Watch Dr. Stone also watch
It doesn't make any sense. What? I have lost touch on reality. Dr. Stone is the greatest anime of all time.
I just love this now. This is the most exciting Dr. Stone has been, is us comparing it to Mr. Beast videos when there's not, like, really a through line, but, like, kind of close enough. Like,
just going on vibes.
Going on vibes and kind of the
Every time I see a
like,
picture of
vague
Dr.
description.
Stone, I just think, oh, this is like a Mr. Beast thumbnail, right? This is exactly...
Make now like an edit for like Dr. Stone, but instead of Senku, it's Mr. Beast, and it's
Can
like,
we rebuild capitalism with all these materials? Like, yes.
We're gonna make fucking vaccines. Like, I think he did that in one episode.
Kotoko for $1 trillion.
I love this. This was great. We just
I will
saved
say,
Dr.
every
Stone.
time I see a screenshot of Dr. Stone, I just think, wow, this is actually the worst looking show I've ever seen in my life. Like, people like to complain about like, like early 2000s KyoAni look or whatever with like Clannad. I'm like, oh, have you seen Dr. Stone? This is a million times worse, dude.
It's certainly it has a
at least
vibe.
Clannad had animation and production values. This show has none of those things. Sorry, I just hate the show despite never watching it. I have such a hate boner for it.
This is like more passion, positive or
This is
negative
like
than anyone has ever felt
This is
for
more
Dr.
passionate
Stone.
about me with Dead Mount Death play.
Like me and cream puffs.
It's like me with... I'm not going to finish that joke. Let's talk about the last show.
The last anime ever.
It's like me with Joe Biden.
The final anime ever. Anime can finally end because I've finally gotten it. Guys,
what if they made an
done
entire spin-off of a meme?
I did it.
Is that what the show is?
I won.
Yes.
I have been so very patient. Long have we awaited.
This is like when Joey from Friends got his own spin-off show.
Is
right?
fucking back. It's back after 4 fucking years of agony and despair. My patience has been rewarded because not only is Konosuba back, but finally the anime has listened to me when I have given it so many great ideas. Where they say, "Hey," I have said, "Hey, what if you made a show about a cute witch who screams about explosions and goes to a school where all you have to do is learn how to be a chunibyo?" That's what this is. That's what the spin-off of Konosuba is. Megumin is in chunibyo school.
I like how they all look like Megumins.
Well, that's literally the point. They're all in the clan of like Crimson Mages or some shit like that. All of them
Clan
have
of Cringe.
demons.
The
I was gonna
crazy
say Clan of Cringe for real.
I mean, you could say that if you want to. And
Cringe
the thing about these characters is that all of them have crazy, powerful magic. So there's literally no reason for them to go to school. But so what they do in school is they learn how to be really, really cool while using their crazy magic. Like literally.
Oh, you mean really cringed, right?
They are learning. They
Yeah,
are
but
taking
cool.
lessons on how to cast incantations in the coolest way and do all these dramatic poses and give themselves crazy nicknames.
You don't actually need to chant anything to cast these spells, but they're learning to make up the longest, most convoluted bullshit. before they cast because it's important. Presentation matters.
It is the greatest anime ever created. I really need Megumin to go on like an episode-long rant about why witch hats are cool and important to society.
And why they have already kind of done that, like just through the podcast itself. Like, if we can make a supercut of every time you've mentioned like witch hats, it'd probably be about an hour long. We should do that, or hire someone to do that. I don't have the time.
See, I've been thinking about for years. I've been thinking about compiling all of the Juni Tyson edits together, and I've just been too lazy to do that.
Well, that's what we got the soundboard for, is for Juni Tyson stuff.
Yeah, we don't have a Juni Tyson drop.
Yeah, we need a sound.
God,
we need a.
Damn it!
We need something on the soundboard that's just the entire 5-minute Juni Tyson opening.
I mean, back to the Konosuba spin-off.
Yes.
I don't really like Konosuba, except for
then
two
get the
parts
fuck out of the
Konosuba.
call. Bye, Whoops, I'm kicking you.
No. There are 2 parts I like about Konosuba, and it's Megumin and Union. So this is for me, because I genuinely like this infinitely more than Konosuba.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just how much you will like this depends on how much you like Union and Megumin, and I think they are like 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 characters in a 4 out of 10 show. So this is fucking perfect for me. Konosuba is good now.
That is a common thing that I've heard about this. That people say like, "Oh, Konosuba sucks." Oh, but Megumin's really good.
I'm in the opposite boat where I think I like Aqua the most from Konosuba. So this is a good indication that I can just kind of like skip out on this. But I'm excited for the Megumin fans like Maz and Dr. Whoops to have a show where it is kind of like, she's obviously the thing that people really like from the show, so they're smart to be like, let's just do the thing that everyone wants and like make it somewhere else and make an entire spinoff. So this is a very smart decision.
I think the Megumin light novel has almost as many books as the main series.
No, it doesn't.
Which is over.
No.
Doesn't it?
No. Not even close.
Well, it should.
Did you know that 89% of
Mo shut that down so quickly. God damn.
No, it's not.
No, it does not. No.
Yeah, the main Konosuba has 17 novels, and the main Megumin spinoff, this spinoff has 5.
I thought the main one.
Are you into Konosuba? Right? Is that what I'm getting from this? Like, you're a fan of Konosuba?
You know, like, I have been known to be a Konosuba enjoyer myself.
Okay. I just realized Konosuba is like 7 years old. Wow.
Bro, it's awful, dude. It's been so old.
As fuck.
Bro,
almost as old as Megumin.
That's right.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh, can we also just shout out Rie Takahashi for having this renaissance this season? This is the season of Rie Takahashi.
She's fucking unhinged in this series. Like, you thought she was crazy in normal Konosuba? Like, she's... God, just working overtime.
I feel kind of like nostalgic because I feel like the shelf life for voice actresses is unfortunately very short, dependent on like how long they can sound like young girls in high school or middle school. So I was realizing that like, oh my god, it's been like, was it 7 years since she kind of had her big like come up on the scene? And when I heard her in Oshi no Ko, she plays Ai. I'm like, wow, she's kind of getting into like, you know, she's been around a bit. What if they're gonna hopefully not phase her out, but what if she's kind of getting there? So I was kind of excited that she got to have like big voices this time around. And I hope I'm just making this up and she's still around a bit, but I was almost getting nostalgic. So I'm kind of glad that, this is her season.
Rie Takahashi plays Ai?
Yeah, she's Ai.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Isn't that cool? She does a great job.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge, I'm generally, she's really talented, but I'm never yo, that's my voice actress. But when she was playing Ai, I'm like, you know what? This might be her best role yet. Maybe, hot take, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, good for her. Konosuba, it's the best anime of all time. So this Megumin spinoff, it's great. Season 3 is coming, I think, later this year, hopefully. And I could not be happier.
I love that for you, buddy.
I'm happy for Maz.
You're eating right now.
Thank you.
Love that for Maz.
My life is so miserable. It's good that I finally get something that I deserve.
Oh, when you put it like that, yeah.
Uncommon Maz win.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, not at any fault of your own, just Ma's life L, Ma's anime dub. Like.
Exactly. And speaking of life, maybe we should get back to living our lives because we don't have any more anime to talk about.
Gonna go. Beat. Yay.
Yeah.
Gonna go beat Sekiro and eat food since there's no more anime ever.
I should probably eat.
Yeah. I need to go to bed because I'm about to pass out on my chair.
Oh, I thought you were an insomniac.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to go lay in my bed and try to sleep. Is what I meant to say.
He's gotta go pass out.
Yeah. Anything else we should say about anime this season?
Bruh.
It's pretty good.
It's a good season. It's a good season.
It is a really good season.
I will say, I have acquired the first episode of, what is it called? Skip to Loafer.
Yay!
I don't want to watch
it.
I don't know if I will watch it immediately, but I'm like, oh, I kind of want to watch it. This is the first anime I've really wanted to watch in a long time. So,
Bex, I'm surprised that you joined this podcast, and I thought you were going to be here for like.
That you invited me.
I honestly thought you were just going to be here for like 5 minutes and then dip out because you're just like, well, I don't have anything to say about any of this. But you were here for the entire
grocery
show.
shopping at one point today, but I guess I can do it later. It's fine. I don't mind. Yeah, it's fine.
But I appreciate that you were here for this.
Hey, I feel like I actually had things to contribute.
You really did contribute to this. You made this episode a lot better.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good shit. Probably good shit. We don't have to say much. Like, this is it. Good shit. Good shit.
Wow, that was really confusing.
I was like such a drawn out.
Because I was both Shaw and me, and we were just talking a second before that. So I'm like, oh wait, I didn't say that.
I was like, wait, that's not me. AI voices taking over.
What episode is that from?
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
He just has it saved somewhere.
Wait,
I have this saved because we did the April Fool thing.
Is this on our soundboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the one that says good shit. That makes sense.
Me and Bacon did the April Fool episode where he was just monologuing and I edited in you guys responding. So I have a bunch of clips.
Oh boy.
How long did that take you to make?
Not very long.
Oh. Okay.
It's kind of just like you just kind of whip it up, yeah. It's kind of you just cook, yeah.
All right.
I just cooked.
Well, this is fun.
Cooked.
Also, shout out to Whoops who just joined randomly.
And you make it. Oh yeah.
You make it sound even more like I just showed up than I did.
Yeah.
I didn't just join the voice call and be like,
I'm
here, deal with it.
I like that. I like that narrative though, that you just saw us in the voice call and you're like, I'm here. Let's
somehow
go.
like
I
just your way into the.
I just invited myself.
I also offered Minus to join if he wanted, but maybe he didn't see it at all. Oh well. Rip Minus.
Rip Minus. Oh well. But maybe next time. But this was fun.
Yeah.
Hope everyone watches anime. that we talked about. I don't know.
Isn't it crazy how anime can be enjoyed?
They said it couldn't be done, and then it happened.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening to this or watching this. It was extremely chaotic, but so I hope you'll forgive us for being such a mess this episode. But sometimes that's just honestly, it was nice to just let loose for this one.
I love meth.
You love meth?
I love no.
I genuinely thought you said you love meth.
Hey boys.
Jesse, we have to cook.
I love meth.
Oh my god. So yeah, seriously, thank you everyone in the audience for listening. Anyone who joined the live stream, thanks a lot. Anyone who was commenting, chatting with us, you were great. Anyone who's listening later on the MP3, thanks a bunch for making us a part of your day. We hope you enjoyed. We're going to have an episode next week about Suzume. It's already done. Yes. So we're just kind of waiting to drop it. You did.
Crazy. Yeah.
You edited in like 3 days. And you didn't even have to. You just said you'd do it.
I just wanted to.
Looks very poggers.
It's crazy. Yeah. Tokyo Podfathers revival arc? Is it happening? Are we making content together?
Call it a comeback.
Yeah, we'll have that Suzume episode out, and then we'll drop off the face of the earth for another 2 months.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Hilarious. But you could also just check us out on Discord for all the stuff we're doing. Because we're still there, still doing community stuff there, and it's a lot of fun. So thanks everyone.
By that, we're yelling
there.
at Nyx. We're just yelling.
Yeah, fuck Nyx for not telling me that his favorite author has a manga called Dead Mount Deathplay about the corpse god necromancer. He did not tell me this.
He refrained from giving you that information.
He willingly withheld that information from me.
Dick move.
That author is the only thing he ever fucking talks about.
It's fucking bullshit.
And that's one of the things.
So fuck you, Nyx. All right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm ending the stream.
Yeah, hey, let's go kill Nyx.